Hello, world! I'm Chris Pirillo, and even though the three of us who are in this live hangout live within, like, maybe a half hour of one another, we are
True story.
total geeks and nerds, and instead of actually seeing each other in person, we are using the internets to interconnect with one another. I shall be sipping on a Rogue Sriracha Hot Stout on my end. And if the conversation ever finds a lull, I will crack into my Lego haul.
Oh, wow.
It is one hell of a haul, let me tell you.
I just print my own Legos.
Oh, yeah. Look at me. I got a 3D printer. Oh.
I got 4 of them, Chris, and I got a 5th one on the way.
Watch out.
Have you actually printed Legos yet?
Yeah, check it out, dude.
Okay, wait. Hang on.
Does it
Oh,
work?
wait, what?
Gary, say it the right way.
What? Lego.
Well, you got in trouble.
Lego.
No, you got in trouble the last time. You got
Lego compatible. I printed Lego compatible bricks. Sorry, I'm trying to get us flat here.
Okay.
Yeah. If you say Lego, then all of a sudden you're in trouble. But if you say Lego compatible, then you're good.
Oh.
Right there.
No way, those are 3D printed?
These are 3D printed, and they work.
But the quality is not where it should be. Specifically with...
No. There's no way you can hit the same tolerances without injection molding. But, I mean, they're good enough that they work. They stick together, and you can use them with real Legos. So.
That's kind of neat.
That's so cool.
I'm more of a minifig man. Actually, Basher, see, Jerry printed me the 3D Darth Vader
I remember that.
figure.
I came over there, and I saw that, and I was jealous. Super jealous.
The battery finally went dead in the camera, though. I can tell you that much.
What? Wait, what?
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 What are we talking?
I'm just joking, dude.
Oh, God, that's creepy. See, I would not put it past you. I'd be like,
oh, that'd be funny.
That's the last
I drove
time.
your house last week, Chris, and it said not broadcasting anymore, so I just haven't been back since. That's why I'm not over there tonight.
So we've got, I guess, a handful of questions all across the internets. I'll be watching my patrons page. We've got some questions there. Jerry kicked up a hashtag, which is not March Madness, by the way. I've muted that hashtag. Hashtag #AskGeekOut. It's a hashtag.
Hashtag
Also,
AskGeekOut.
Yeah, and so I've linked that in the video description as well. And then Basher, just like minutes before going live, I get this link, and I watch this link of his floating head, and I'm like, you just won the internet. That's crazy.
I did that live too. I used my broadcast software. It's OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. It's actually and it's got the most amazing green screen plugin. It's actually better than even my Premiere green screen stuff. It's really weird, and it's live on the fly, green screens. And I have this whole green screen bodysuit that I've never ever used, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that today. So I created that, and it's I did it on the fly, no editing or anything, just bam.
You have a floating head?
Yeah, that's a floating head.
You have to watch it. You have to to see.
Do they make that shirt like in plus sizes? Because I want to do that.
It was
actually
crazy.
I barely fit in it actually.
Yeah,
so
I'm like
they probably
easy,
do.
So.
Okay, so let's see here what we have for questions. As I imagine Jerry in a green screen suit there.
A tight green screen suit.
I'm clearing that out of my head. Let's see here. What Star Wars character, this is Aaron Bellamy, what Star Wars character do you think deserves a comic book series but isn't exactly good enough for a spin-off film? Basher.
Jar Jar Binks. Sorry.
Oh,
gosh,
what are you doing? But no, I agree with the Jar Jar Binks because he's not good enough for a film.
He's not good enough for a comic.
He's not good enough for a comic.
Come on, what if it was like a satirical comic though? Like you just expect it to be bad, but that makes it good.
Okay, there's this one Jedi who is an Ithorian. You know, the guys with the long snout and the eyeballs.
Yeah, hammerheads.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, the hammerheads. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but he's pretty much the only one. But he's amazing, and I always wanted a series of him. But there's only like the Wikipedia entries of him and stuff, and that's it. And then also Shal Mund. There's a Wookiee that owns the Mos Eisley Cantina. That's right. People don't know this, but a Wookiee owns the cantina on Tatooine that they go to in the first movie. His name is Shal Mund, and he's got a really weird story, and I think he'd be perfect for like a book series or a comic series or something. But it won't be as interesting in film.
You're thinking
You're
Roran
scaring me, bro, with your Star Wars knowledge. You're just scaring me at this point.
Roran Karab, now I was thinking Momon Adon, who would be the classic Ithorian. And did you know? But it's Roran Karab. Kororob?
I'm gonna
That's
bang
not
this
sure.
up.
The Eye Master. Oh, speaking of, have you ever looked at the cantina scene and you see the lamps like right above the bar? Those are the same heads of IG-88. Go back and look. The IG-88 head, the lamps in the cantina, those are his heads.
Holy crap! I never even noticed that. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to go back. That's the thing about Star Wars. That's awesome.
I know. It's crazy.
I'm about to be 30, and
So
I still don't know some stuff.
no, trust me, I'm way older than that. A long time ago, I was born in a galaxy. You know, I'd have to think about it, but I'd agree. I actually enjoyed Tales from the Cantina, from the Dark Horse series.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's no longer canon; it's Legends. But I thought that was the best way. It sucks, but I understand why Disney did it.
I understand. Yeah.
Oh my God, what did I walk into here?
I would extrapolate from. See, now you know what it feels like, Jerry. When I program printing extrusions.
Hey, I will have you know, I just went and looked it up. I already picked my character and I changed it. It's not Jar Jar, it's Porkins. Porkins.
Oh yes,
Porkins actually would be amazing. You can. I'm not even.
I can play that role. I can play Porkins.
Yeah, you can get the figure. You can collect or you can print him if you wanted to. It's completely up to you.
You should print Porkins, dude. That'd do so well.
Dude. Porkins it's done. It's done. Next 2 weeks I'm printing Porkins.
I will make. Well, that's a fast printer. I will make you feel better. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going there. I'm going
to use 2 full rolls of filament on him.
James Irwin asks, when and how did you guys meet? Have you ever considered doing a weekly or monthly tech or geek review together? Well, I met Basher because I think you reached out to me once, and then you were you were coming to Seattle, and we just connected on Twitter, really, and then I think we met for the first time at Vlogger Fair last year.
Oh, hold on. Funny fact, though. Hold on. I got to throw this out as a third party before we go any further, is that Basher, just in case he might not admit it, is totally fangirled over Chris.
Oh,
Burton.
no.
Like,
I was about to say that.
I just want to make sure. I didn't want you to get it protected. No, you were a fangirl. I remember.
Well, the people watching right now, you guys don't even know. I was in your seat. I watched him back on Tech TV way back in the day. I was at my grandma's house, and she was the only one that got Tech TV, and I'd watch it, and Chris was on it. And I remember him. And then I was like, whatever happened to that guy? What happened? Then I found him on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. He's got, like, TLDR and all this other stuff, and I loved it. And then he started the vlogs, like, years ago. It's like 2 years ago or so. It was insane. It was long ago. And I was watching it ever since. And I'm not kidding. I like idolized Chris and his life and his wife and everything. I'm like, if a nerd could get a beautiful girl like that and a beautiful home like that and an awesome life like that, I can too.
You're on your way.
I am in the same city and everything.
I meet the guy like over at PAX Prime. I think it was after Vlogger Fair, right? So like we met like for the second time really at PAX Prime, and you just kept like talking like, wow, you know Chris? Yeah, is Chris here?
Oh yeah, I was excited. I'm like, oh my God.
Seriously, like, I'm not even kidding, Chris. Like seriously, the only reason Basher had like any interest in me is because it's like, you touched Chris? Have you touched his hair?
Yeah, I don't care about Jerry. I still don't care about Jerry.
So
he hooks me up.
I'm a key.
So Jerry actually got banned from my channel apparently.
Wait, what?
We don't know why or how or when, but we just met. I think someone in the community, our mutual community, say, "Hey, did you know that Jerry Barnacles, he does YouTube videos? You live in Seattle." And we got together over coffee with friends and my friends, and we just kind of, I guess, hit it off. And there's been a rumor that we're mad at each other. I'm like, no, we've just been kind of like.
I remember that.
There's I remember that. So. No, in terms of like doing a regular thing, I would actually like to do a regular thing, and I'm more inclined to geek out over Star Wars stuff than tech stuff at this point in time. So I would not be surprised, Basher, if we're able to pull something off. Behind me, I got the Vader thing because it's covering up a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff that I have not yet reviewed or put away yet. So.
Oh man.
I'm
jealous of your room.
We haven't even talking for 20 minutes, and I already could tell that you guys could put together a perfect Star Wars like geek out session.
We'll do it live. So, speaking of Basher, I told Jerry this in a private channel. I've talked about it in the live streams, but I'm going to move forward with doing a YouTube event, kind of like Vlogger Fair, but specifically for geeks and nerds this year.
Yes.
So So I wanted to talk to you because Minecraft is going to be a huge part of it. So Minecraft, tech, geeky things like Star Wars stuff, pop culture, 3D printing, anything nerdy and geeky later this year. So
that would be the greatest thing in existence.
That's the
plan.
plan.
I'm so happy. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll be getting more details. I think actually the only weekend we could find that was open, because I finally found a sponsor for it, but the only weekend we found that was open was like Halloween, which is cool because people can come
dress
and
up.
cosplay. Exactly.
Yes, I'll get dressed as a stormtrooper.
Yes.
And my birthday. Hey, my birthday's the 30th.
We'll make
Is
it
it really?
cake. I'm not jumping out of it. I am not jumping out of a cake, Jerry.
I'll jump out of it, Jerry.
Okay, there you go.
There's a cake. Oh my God, what kind of friend are you? Jesus, where's the hang-up button? I don't even know.
A good friend.
Is there a hang-up button?
A good friend.
Is there? Looking?
It's all right. Basher will jump out of a cake. I know he'd do it. So.
Yeah. So.
Totally. He'd probably eat some of it too before he jumped out.
Oh yeah, I'd jump out covered in this stuff.
He just eats his way out through the side.
Because I've eaten too much.
And now we wonder why we're in separate rooms tonight rather than in the same room. This would not end well, I fear. It would just be a mess.
We need to get Chris out of the safety of his habitat. We need to get Chris over to Basher's house where things like bathtubs.
Well, this is my habitat.
Yeah.
It's hard to leave. I don't have a car. A lot of you don't know that. I don't have a car, and it sucks because I have to Uber everywhere or talk Jerry into taking us somewhere in his ridiculously fast car. I'm not kidding. Jerry, we went out recently, and Jerry was going off of it was an exit ramp, and he just gunned it so hard, and I didn't know he was about to do it. I swear, I thought I crapped myself. I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, man.
I heard Claire in the backseat giggling. She thought it was great.
She admitted it afterwards. She almost crapped herself, too.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Had it sideways, Chris. We had a four-wheel drive car sideways all the way around an on-ramp. Like,
I'm glad it was not
awesome.
me.
It was
not fun, but fun.
No, I'm a big believer in how fast do I need to go the speed limit, and that's it.
There was no speed limit sign on that on-ramp, so I figured that meant...
Well, remind me not to get in a car with Jerry behind the wheel.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm a trained rally driver. A lot of people don't realize that.
Okay,
I got my license. I can go race rally.
But the interstate is not the rally.
No, it actually kind of is. Yeah. Do you understand how rally works? Rally is on real roads, tarmac roads, and dirt. It's both.
Dude, the only thing I know about Rally is Rally X. The classic video game Rally X, that's all I know about
That's all you need to know.
Chris, just know if you ever need a getaway driver, I'm a good candidate. I'm just saying. I am. You wouldn't be able to tell from my simulated racing videos, but in real cars, I'm good.
You sure that wouldn't be a bit conspicuous?
It might be.
Have either of you, this is a question from Enna W, Legoland theme park, is it your cup of tea? Have you been? I would love to go. I have not gone yet.
I want to go bad.
I want to go so bad. Like, it's one of my bucket list checkoffs, honestly. I need to go there. I haven't, though.
I think I remember reading a story of a guy, I think from Germany, who wanted to go. He had a lifelong dream, and he couldn't because you need to go with a kid. Only on certain days can you go just as an adult. You have to have, like, a child. What? So now with Jedi, I'm going to wait. This is what I'm waiting for. When they open the Star Wars theme park, because they are, I know you knew this. Tell me you knew this.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Going to be a Star Wars theme park. When they open that, then I figure, okay, Disney, Star Wars, Legoland, and just make a whole week out of it.
That's why you had Jedi, isn't it? She's a ticket.
I can neither.
That was the selling point. Diana's like, "Come on, I want to get pregnant." No, I don't really want a kid. You go to Legoland.
I cannot comment on this as being true or false.
We'll talk about it after. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian H. Yeah, after, sure, no problem. Brian H.
I remember my pregnancy conversation. It was like, "You promised," and I was like, "Okay."
That sounds hard.
You were pregnant?
Yeah, well, I still am actually. Technically, it never came out.
Oh, good to know.
Food baby.
Brian H. is wondering, what's a subject that you were worst at in school?
Oh God.
Chris first on this one.
Math, easy. Math, physics, science, anything like geeky. I sucked at.
Well, put it this way, guys. I went and got my GED, and I aced. Well, I wouldn't say aced. I barely passed everything except for the one that I failed absolutely, just horribly beyond words. Was social studies. Social studies. I don't have a memory for remembering like 1,000 million things going on, and I suck at story problems too. Like if a train's coming to you at 800 miles an hour, another train's going the other direction, a bird shits in the wind and it shifts because of some kind of gravitational pull from the moon. I don't get that.
That's 7, Jerry. Even I know that. It's a story about 7.
Everybody knows that. It's 7. Duh.
No, but science, the science section, I nailed that one. That was my highest grade. I think I got like a 98% on that one. Everything else, I was like barely over 83, which is like barely passing.
Okay, Basher.
Well, here's a shocker. I
didn't go
never
to school.
graduated high school. I've never gone to school ever. No, I never graduated high school.
I'm sorry.
Well, I never graduated, and I never got my GED, and I got straight Fs through all of school. Always. Because I was head of the tech department, and what I would do is I was the first person to hook up the Wi-Fi inside the school. I only did that because it was a new thing. The Wi-Fi was awesome, didn't have to have Ethernet. So I could bring my laptop to school, and in the back of the classroom, I would play EverQuest all day. And I failed everything. And eventually, they kicked me out of school. So, yeah, don't do that, by the way, ever. I was very lucky with this YouTube thing. If it wasn't for this YouTube thing, wow, I'd have trouble getting a MIC job, honestly, at this point. So I got very lucky.
Is me and you we're at opposite ends of the spectrum, but we got there the same way and we ended up at the same point, which is weird. Because like me, I got my GED, whereas you dropped out. We both failed miserably in school. I failed.
I didn't drop out. I got kicked out.
Okay, you got kicked out. I dropped out, but just to let you know, I was expelled from 2 different high schools and was going to an alternative school, and I finally did drop out. So I did get kicked out.
I was at an alternative too.
Yeah, so that was my only choice. It was alternative or homeschool, and my parents were like, if they're kicking you out of school, we don't want to go with you. So I go to this alternative school, which is where I met my wife, and then I dropped out of there and I went and got my GED. But the funny thing is, once I got my GED, I actually went and got like I was working at a little computer shop, and I worked my way up, and then I ended up working at Microsoft as a contractor, and they're like, you can code? Because just like you, I was a little hacker growing up. I mean, I learned how to program on an Apple IIe when I was like 7 years old.
You a little black hat?
Oh, dude, I was total black hat growing up. My parents didn't even know what a modem was. I was war dialing like Bremerton, Washington. Like, I'm sorry, if you live in Bremerton, Washington, and you've been there for the last 20 years, at least 15 calls you received in the middle of the night were from my modem, and I apologize.
Did you phone freaked and all that kind of stuff?
I did everything. I fracked 2600, all that stuff growing up.
Oh, good times.
You're making me sound like a goody here. Come on.
No, but the funny thing is, it gets funnier because it's like where Basher, he kind of went the YouTube route and started taking that. I was like, I worked in Microsoft and worked my way all the way up to like level 64, senior software developer in the Windows division. I mean, I was pretty impressive. High up. And I wrote the automation harness that they still use today to test Windows. Like even though they laid me off, they're still using all of my software.
Even 10?
Yes, 10 is tested with my software.
Well, then I blame you if I run into a bug.
No, hold on. Let me clarify. I wrote the test harness. I did not write the test cases. So if somebody missed a test case that led to a bug, that's on them. I created the harness that allowed them to write the test case.
Fair enough.
Yes, don't you blame me.
I still blame you. I'm just going to blame you.
I will not blame Jerry's harness. I didn't know you had a harness. That's pretty awesome.
I got lots of harnesses. I wear many harnesses.
Okay, so I'm watching Twitter, just so everybody knows. Brendan Wallace asks, and he uses the hashtag #AskGeekOut, talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens. I can't wait.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can't wait either. I cannot. Now that Lucas's hands are off of it, I'm excited for once.
I've been clearing off shelf space for Force Awakens stuff in my workshop.
Yes.
Very, very excited. I have been avoiding actively any kind of spoilers because I just don't want to ruin that. And it's very difficult to do because I follow like the easiest way to get me to follow you on Twitter or like Instagram is to like tweet about Star Wars, Lego, toy, anything like that. I'm following that stuff 24/7. But I'm trying to actively avoid the spoilers, but I'm very, very excited, and I think it's going to usher in a new kind of era for Star Wars. Really, I think Disney's going to do a good job. If they do the same thing with Star Wars as they've been doing with Marvel, I think it's just going to explode. People
do you mean like they just planned it out like 20 years?
Oh, well, not just planned it out 20 years, but they're using the IP in a very, very smart way, optimizing the fact of they're cross-media. It's not just about seeing the movies, TV shows, books, other print media, applications. It's constant engagement, and I think you're going to see a renaissance for Star Wars because you'll have people like me who are over 40 who remember seeing it in the theaters, barely remember seeing it in the theaters, the original films, not the prequels. And then you've got a completely new generation who's grown up on Rebels and possibly the Clone Wars, maybe the prequels, and suddenly everything's just going to be complete, and your hunger is just never going to be satiated when you become a fan. And that's, if I have a fandom, Star Wars is my fandom. So I'm very much looking forward to what's going on.
Did you guys hear about the project I'm working on? Like that's coming up.
Yeah, your Stormtrooper uniform. What's going on with that?
Yes. Yeah,
oh God, I'm excited.
I'm gonna give all you guys the details because I'll get you guys involved because this is stuff that you'd actually like.
Do it.
So,
Do it.
So here's the plan. I've already talked to the company. I got a team. I got a design team.
Oh my God.
So what happened was a company called MyMiniFactory.com approached me because I've been doing 3D printing videos of a lot of the stuff that they create, like this guy right here. If you guys remember the Destiny Duke 44 hand cannon.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Get it up here. Boom. This guy. So it's like 3D printed. It's functional. These guys print functional prop models that are 3D printable. So they contacted me and they're like, hey, you want to do something really, really big? Like we want to do something really big. I was like, what do you think? And they're like, well, let's make you a suit. Like a form-fitting suit. I was like, okay, well, to print that out on a small printer, it's probably going to be like 200-300 little pieces, right? That all have to be assembled and put together. And so they're like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. Our team's good at making stuff like that. So what we finally settled on is we were going to do a Master Chief suit, but then at the end, everybody was like, you know what? Star Wars Episode 7's like really big. It's hot right now. It's like really, really hot. So they're like, how would you feel about us making you a Stormtrooper? I was like, that sounds pretty cool. So they asked me to send them 200 plus pictures of me, 360 degrees, top to bottom, and from that they're going to extrapolate a 3D. And I have to wear like spandex while I'm doing this, guys. So wait for those Twitter pictures. They're coming. You guys are going to see me like completely just skin tight Under Armour, just letting it all hang out. So they're going to take all those pictures. They're going to 3D model it, Chris, and then once they're done with the 3D model, it will be absolutely dimensionally perfect to me. And then they're going to model the suit over the top of it, send me all of the 3D models, and I'm going to print them out one by one and assemble them, and then I'll have a full suit.
You know, because the closest thing, I have a Stormtrooper uniform. Like, it's not custom fit, though, and I'm waiting for what Darth Tigger, his handle, to help me get it better adjusted. Because I've gone in public before in my Stormtrooper uniform.
That's cool. Rob's helping me with this, too.
That's my dream.
I'll get you involved. Both of you.
That's literally like #2 on my bucket list is to have the Scouts Trooper uniform.
Yeah, Biker Scout.
That's my favorite of all time. And bye. He's gonna brag. Dang it. He's gonna show.
I'm not gonna brag. I'm not gonna brag.
It's better to just be paying attention to videos on my channel because this is gonna be like a 24 video.
That is my dream right there.
This is my first. This is my first and only original Biker Scout figure that I had when I was a kid. But I only pulled it out because I just got the 2-pack with the Wicket and the newer.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's my dream. Is to have a Biker Scout uniform, and I'm not kidding. Like. But I don't want to just, go on eBay and be like, ooh, there's a full Biker Scout uniform, buy. I want it to fit me completely custom. And I want to be able to put the helmet on and breathe. Like, have fans on the inside and actually have voice modulation and all that kind of stuff. I want the most legit, like, cosplay uniform you can get.
See, if I do it again, I probably wouldn't do Stormtrooper because it's very uncomfortable to wear. Even if it was fitted, it's very... that's
write that down. I need that voice modulator in there.
No, actually, Jerry, look at the helmet that I have because there are fans, custom modded, like PC fans in the back that really help a lot. Like with the
they said they do a lot. Their company's designed and built high-end cosplay helmets, so they already know how to like wire them and everything for fans. But they didn't mention voice modulator, and I was thinking that
might be a little tricky. I had one, but it just didn't. It was snaky. It didn't work at all.
It didn't work at all.
Moving on to other questions. Sorry, Doge. He's asking. Doge is asking a question. Who shot first, Han or Greedo? Love you guys. I'm going to go with Han shot first because if Han did not, this is where I get into nerd rage, man. This is what upsets me so much. Lucas didn't even understand the character. If Han didn't shoot first, then what happens at the end of the film is useless. In that the whole pivotal scene at the very end when Luke's flying in the trench, Vader's got him now, he's flying, he's bearing down, and then suddenly Han comes out of nowhere with the Falcon, and we're Han and Chewie, and blam, blast the TIE fighters, knock Vader out of the trench. It was redemption. It was Han's redemption because he was ready to fly away. He got his money, and it sounded like suicide, so he was ready to fly. The whole thing about Han's character is that he would shoot first. he would be the kind of person to shoot first at that point in the film. And without shooting first, that entire scene that happens at the end of the movie is worthless. It loses the whole value of redemption of Han Solo. So in my mind, it's total Han Solo, period, end of story. He shot first. There was never a question. Never a question.
And
Right
plus,
there.
if you see his reaction, though, look at his. What are we looking at here?
Can you see the text or no?
Oh,
It was all
yeah,
blue.
I see it.
It's Harrison
It's
Ford.
literally Harrison Ford holding up a sign that says, "I shot first." Diane!
Confirmed. Hey, we all know
Confirmed.
white signs can be photoshopped. Send that picture to me and I'll Photoshop it and say, I ate a sandwich. I'll put that on.
Oh, crap!
Jerry,
You're
it's
right.
all over the internet. I guarantee it's all over the internet. So I'm a Han
No, I
shot first
agree.
guy.
100%. I agree, Chris. 100%.
I did that once. Actually, sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack, but this is pretty funny. Somebody posted a picture. You know how everybody posts these pictures of like Obama or something holding the sign, and it's like blah blah blah. I opposed something, yada yada. You can just totally tell it's Photoshop. So somebody posted one of those, and they're like, "No, it's totally true." So I grabbed it, and I took it into Photoshop really quick, and I just put on there, "I ate a sandwich," and then drew kind of a phallic little thing on there, and posted it back in the comments, and it looked absolutely real. Like mine actually looked more real. And I'm not even kidding. Somebody downloaded that immediately and posted on their timeline, just made some fake story to go along with it, and everybody was like liking it and retweeting it, and I was like, what have I done?
That's the internet. By the way,
Even though it was an obvious joke, and the text even said, look, this is not real, watch. And people just took it and ran with it, and I was like, well, that's the internet. So don't trust anything on the internet. Nothing.
We've got some really amazing questions coming in. I'm afraid I won't be able to get to them all, but okay, Megan possibly asks, if you could have one movie collectible, what would it be? This is on Twitter. One movie collectible. I know what I want, and I actually made this request of a guy who does this. He does 3D printed geeky objects, and he did this one. I've got a gold one, and I've got a silver one as well, but it's a 3D printed Buddha Vader. And I got it on
that's
Etsy.
awesome.
So no, but because I collect Vader stuff. But
Wait a second, are you cheating on me, Chris? Who else got
make it? You didn't make it, dude. You didn't make it. So hang on, Jerry. I'll give you a chance. Here's your redemption. Here's your chance. Okay? Because I gave him the idea. He may have been thinking the other way anyway. But I got this thing, and I'm like, it's really kind of neat. But you can get other characters' heads as well, geeky characters. So, including one of Groot. Someone sent this to me today. I got it today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's the Hikari. Yeah, the new one of 5,000 Hikari Groot. Insane.
Cool.
So he did one with Groot. Yeah, just like that. So the one thing I told him, I said it would be awesome to have the idol from Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like the first thing you see, having
nice.
printed. That's what I would like a replica to put in the front of my house somewhere, so that people would walk in and go, I don't think I want to walk any further, because they'd see it, right? And then, then who knows, poison darts would shoot out and the boulder would come down. So that would be one thing that I would like to collect.
The Indiana Jones idol, huh?
You said a prop, right?
Yeah, prop.
You said
no, collectible.
So what movie?
Might be a collectible.
Like a collectible thing for movies. Well, not gonna lie, would love to have a life-size working DeLorean from Back to the Future. Just saying.
You can't. There's a club up here. Did you know that?
Guessed
DeLorean
that.
Club. There's a
I know.
club.
There's actually on my live stream. There's a donate button. It's donate for my DeLorean. And I'm saving up for a real-life DeLorean.
Wow.
I want it so bad. It's my
What's
dream.
sad is, like, I keep telling them it's a piece of shit, though. Like, DeLorean as
I
a
don't
car
care.
is an absolute
Do not
piece
care.
of shit, but God, people love that car.
I
That
love
is
it.
Crazy. I'd like it if only for the nostalgic value. I'll settle for the Lego version.
I have
currently
that too, and it's awesome.
It's a good build. It wasn't very faithful to a DeLorean,
Yeah.
but it worked well enough, and I'm more of a minifigure fan anyway.
And
The
it's
next
got-
question, Chastity Bryant.
Hey, what about me? What? I don't get to tell
Oh,
you what
sorry.
I want?
No,
What?
sorry, Barnacle, bye.
What? Like, I'm not going to want
Sorry,
something.
okay, Jerry. I figured you'd 3D print it. You already had everything.
Well, I can't 3D print what I want because it's too damn big. I want the spaceship from the Explorers. That's what I want.
Why don't you
Oh wow.
3D print that?
That thing's
Could
huge, dude. It's
That
like a
is-
carnival
yeah.
ride.
Okay, but get the carnival ride and just 3D print the rest. It was all jerry rigged anyway.
Basher, you know that would be cool, dude, to have that thing. Like, I remember when I
gosh,
watched
that'd be
that movie when I was a
mind-blowing.
kid, it changed my life. Like,
One of the
watching that got
best
me
movies.
interested in space and everything. That was it. Boom.
And I bet you anything, half the people watching right now have no idea what the Explorers were or what it was.
We
No,
watched
look,
it
it's on
recently.
Netflix
Me and
right
my
now, so
girlfriend.
go watch it.
Yeah, me and Clara actually watched that very recently. I'm not kidding. But yeah,
Okay.
actually, you could 3D print that. It wouldn't be too
Well,
hard.
do the model, Jerry. I mean, life size, but I bet you could work up the model.
I can work up the model.
Okay,
But
then-
I want the real deal.
So what I wanted, now that we're on this path, The Last Starfighter, you want to talk about classic 80s sci-fi.
Oh, gosh,
Last
I love
Starfighter.
that movie. That's
So
my favorite.
they were actually this close to producing figures. This close. They had them done, and it just never happened. So
No way.
It was this close. They were done. They were. In fact, I backed this Kickstarter project, if I can find it. It's this guy who does action figure history stuff, and he's in the process of doing one on Kenner's 1998 Star Wars action figures line, Universe Expanded. But he's done 2 other books about how we got addicted to action figures and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I found it like whole bound books and everything. But so I'm learning about like all the history of like the toys that I wanted that never, and now I know why they didn't happen. So anyway, yeah, I love collectibles. I eat them up. Well, not really physically. Sorry,
I'm
Jared, I
starting
did
to
not mean
because of you.
I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
you're seeing your collection. I was like, I need to start right now.
You know, it's never too soon to start a collection as long as you love what it is you're collecting. Honestly, though,
I'm a weird collector, though. I can't focus it. That's the problem. I keep collecting random different things.
you know, but I've done that too. You know, it's kind of like the thing that Jerry printed for me is just as valuable as an official licensed collectible too.
Like, see all this stuff over here? These are all things that have not been unboxed yet that I've been collecting. I want to do videos on them, but
That's not collecting. That's hoarding, Basher. There's a difference.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not hoarding. That's not trash.
that is not trash. How dare you? How dare you?
See, I've got the same
What are
problem.
you gonna
I've
do
got
about it, huh,
I've got other
What are
stuff
you
over
gonna do?
there. I've got all the Darth Vader variant covers from 001 Marvel, the reboot, and I haven't done the video on it yet. Oh no, hang on.
No way. Somebody just did the Harrison Ford I ate a sandwich. I'm retweeting this.
Wait, really?
Yeah, hold on. Let me add you. For some
Oh, I see it. I ate a
I don't know why.
sandwich.
Okay.
Wow, it's
check
actually very true.
This
Darn
this is official here. So I haven't officially done like I haven't unwrapped them yet, but that's I think it was 2005, the Darth Vader cereal, and then they also had, I guess I'll take them out of the things anyway.
Yeah, we want to look at. We don't want to just look at
Fruit
white paper
snacks.
wrapped boxes. There we go.
Fruit snacks. Well, I've already shown I have the
remember
other box.
Showing a picture
I
of
have
your
the box.
cereal haul
Yeah.
that you got.
Oh, the new
Dude,
cereal.
I would
bowl.
never collect food.
Yeah.
I can't collect
Okay,
food
but
because
this
I
isn't-
want to eat it.
But it's not collecting food. Everything stays in the box. These are like unopened boxes with Darth Vader on them. Like if it's got Darth Vader on it, I'm gonna collect it.
But
Like,
there's
it's-
food in
I'd
there, right?
open it.
Yeah.
I'd be very meticulous and open it very, very nicely, and then
Not
eat
gonna-
it in
nope,
bites and reseal.
Nope. Not only because they're 10 years old, dude. Look at them.
Delicious. Delicious.
I
It's
sense
like
a challenge
wine.
video coming here. Chris, you need to do a challenge video. I want to see you
Oh,
do a whole
no,
box of
dude.
10-year-old
Dude, no, I'm not gonna do it. Especially
That'd
not
be
my Darth
amazing.
Vader cereal. There we go. There, part of a
I
nutrition.
have a better idea. Why don't you just come over and you can feed it to me and Basher, and we'll see
No.
whoever throws up last wins.
Not going to
Yay!
happen.
No.
Chastity Bryant asks, what superhero, in your opinion, deserves a movie but doesn't have one yet?
Oh, that's a hard one. Holy crap.
Because
Probably
there's
a lot of
a
them.
lot. I'm trying to think of all the superheroes I grew up with.
Nightcrawler. I want a whole movie
Yeah, I don't know.
just about Nightcrawler. No, I don't want him just being in the movie. I want a whole movie based on Nightcrawler from X-Men.
Oh, okay. Nightcrawler's pretty cool though. He's the one that
Yeah,
can
he
literally
is.
travel like unlimited distance instantly. He teleports, right?
Yeah, he teleports, and he also he grew up in the circus. I mean, that's got to be cool, right? That's cool. That's a
That'd be
cool
pretty
story.
cool.
Speaking of, did you know that Tim Burton's directing a live-action Dumbo?
Yeah, I heard that. That sounds.
A lot of people are gonna
What?
die on that set.
I wonder what Johnny Depp's gonna play. Huh.
Yeah, or Helena
Good
Bonham
one.
Carter. Helena
Yeah.
Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp there.
They're both gonna
Um,
play Dumbo.
You know, I don't have an answer to the question because I didn't really grow up with superheroes. I mean, I knew of them, and every one that I've known of has had a movie or is that's in the works. I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, I'd want to say Deadpool, but they're doing that movie. They greenlit
Yeah,
that
they're
one,
doing
right?
it.
So they're doing Deadpool because Deadpool's like.
Wait, did they
how cool is a
greenlit
superhero you
the
can't
3D
kill?
animated thing?
No,
The
they're
what?
doing the live action one, right?
Yeah, with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh
yeah,
God.
you saw the pilot to that, right? It was epic. Like the little.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the one where he's flipping in the car and he shows the picture of the guy without his head.
Yep.
I'm looking.
They also did another one. There was another YouTube short. I'll send you the link after the live cast. But it's basically like a production company did like their own little short, and it turned out amazing. It's Deadpool versus Batman.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like Batman
someone,
kind of wins, but he doesn't. So it's cool.
Someone actually said in the chat Lobo, and I agree
Why
fully.
does that sound
That
familiar?
would be
I don't remember him.
Lobo is that one guy with the chains around his arm, and he's got a hook. And the comics are so rated R, it's ridiculous. I've got a comic of Lobo versus Santa Claus. It's a Christmas edition, and it's disturbing. Like my parents didn't know that I had these comics. I went to the comic store, and it was like everything was on sale, and I was like, can I have that whole box of comics? And my dad's like, heck yeah. We got home, and I found this one comic in there, and it was just the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. This is rated, like, very rated R, almost XXX kind of stuff. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? This is insane. This is crazy. So it was he's a very disturbing superhero, but very interesting, and it's awesome. I would love to see a movie like that. Not XXX.
I didn't. I just never had a comic store. We didn't have a lot of access to comics, so any exposure I had was usually over television. So I saw like a lot of the original like Wonder Woman, Incredible Hulk, a lot of those classic TV stuff, because they weren't really in the movies. That's really a new phenomenon, and we didn't have. No one really had. No one that I knew of. None of my friends had it. Any comics. My friends didn't have it. Family didn't have it. So I didn't really know that much about a lot of superhero fandom apart from what I might have been exposed to with the limited array of movies that I might have had.
How about a good Hulk movie? There you go.
Yeah, I think
there hasn't been a good one.
No, I think they're definitely on the right track for a reboot. Well, of course, different studios have different parts of Marvel. I would like to see. Well, I'm waiting very anxiously to see if the Fantastic Four reboot is better. Although I don't mind campy stuff. I don't mind campy stuff at all. I like Howard the Duck.
The Avengers Hulk, I thought that was really good because like he was legitimately funny and the most dangerous out of all of them. Like,
it was done well. It was done very, very well. And I think they've got their heads screwed on straight with the current direction of the MCU. I think they're absolutely like if anything's going to turn me into a Marvel fanatic, it's what they're doing with the MCU. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is like I love it more than any of the Marvel Studios movies to this point. Way more. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, Howard the Duck. He needs
classic.
Oh wait.
Classic. Classic. I love
He's
that
actually a Marvel character.
Yes,
a lot of people
I know. I didn't know that until I watched the Avengers. I was like,
there's actually no. There's. I'll send you. I'll have to tweet out the link when I find it again. But there's a behind the scenes like why did Howard the Duck show up at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
And it's a nice behind the scenes explaining the lore of Howard the Duck. And I only knew it because of the movie that Lucas was involved with. I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed from Lucas. What is it? Radioland Murders. I love that movie. And it was a Lucas. I love those movies probably more than the prequels.
The dog in the space dog in the Guardians of the Galaxy is also another Marvel character.
Was it Laika? Was it the Soviet dog? Was that?
Yeah, the Soviet dog. They Rocket walks by him and he's in one of the collector's cases and they both growl at each other. He's actually a superhero too.
I'm learning so many new things. This is great.
There's some weird superheroes out there.
No, I'm trying to find one in specific that I knew about when I was a kid because my friend collected the Marvel trading cards. When we were a kid, and he had one, and I remember it was the only card that on the back of it, they listed all the stats for the character, like the Hulk, how much he could push, and all that stuff like that.
Oh,
and there was one card that everything on the back said infinity. Everything on the back was infinity or not applicable, and it was like this female character that was like this ethereal, almost ghost character. And it had the power to destroy the universe and recreate the universe. It was basically like Q from Star Trek.
Holy crap!
Wow.
And I can't remember what the character's name was. I'm trying to find it. It was a female character, if I'm remembering right. But basically, the stats on the card said that it was neutral. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad, and it had the power to basically create or destroy anything. Like it didn't even have to work at it.
Okay, someone's got to find that. I'd be curious.
Yeah, if somebody figures that out, I'll know.
Are they the ones that look like very beautiful works of art on the card, like gorgeous pieces of art?
No,
Yeah,
they
I
were
have-
absolutely beautiful. They all looked like they were like hand
Yes,
artwork.
I have all those. I have the whole collection. I'll have to go through them and look because
If you find
I
that
don't
card,
remember
I
that
know
lady.
because I never saw that character in anything. Because obviously, how do you put a character in that can do anything, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's true.
it's neutral and it's not good, it's not bad. It's like it could just flip out one day and just destroy the entire universe, but it doesn't.
Well,
You know, actually, there's
Jean Grey's kind of like that in X-Men.
That's
there
true.
is, yeah. That I was thinking Jean Grey. So
Ooh.
there's one book. It's actually like a cartoon, or not a cartoon. I don't think this was ever made into a video, but it's called Mouse, Maus, and it's basically reading from Wikipedia, a graphic memoir, so like a graphic novel or a series of graphic novels. It was basically done like Nazi Germany, only they were mice. Like the whole it's like our history, but with mice in a completely alternate reality.
see this.
And I thought it was very
Whoa.
it was very dark, and it was very I mean, I just thought it would make a very compelling. I mean, not just it was a graphic novel, but a very compelling translation to screen, if done well enough. Mouse, Maus. There's your learn of the day.
It's like Redwall, but Nazi Germany.
Yeah, it's it was dark, but it was just so well done. I just like the anime. I like specifically the graphic design, the art in the.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks pretty cool.
Mouse. Okay, so back to another question. Tony, because I don't want to get attacked from saying I never answer questions. I'm just reading the questions I'm seeing here. Why don't people? This is asked by SuperCookie78 on Twitter. Tony, why don't people like the prequels? I grew up with and liked them in Clone Wars and Rebels, but I like the originals the best. Basher, do you want to go? Because I got my answer, and I got a good answer.
Okay, the biggest reason I don't like the prequels, and here's the problem with these kind of questions. It's not a half-hour or hour-long video-worthy question. This is like days of content that I could talk about. But I'll sum it up. Too Long Didn't Read version is they took away the magic of the Force. Midichlorians were introduced, and suddenly there was no more magic. It was based off of numbers, and if you were born into it or you weren't born into it, and that sucked. Because in the originals, suddenly everyone felt like that if I just became one with the Force, I could use the Force, and that's amazing. But in the newer ones, they have a machine that can tell, you're screwed. You will never be able to use the Force. Sorry.
Don't they give you like a blood transplant? You know, if it's in your blood, it's like, come on, dude. Yeah, I want some midichlorians. Give me some. I want a midichlorian infusion.
Hey, Obi-Wan, give me some midichlorians here. That'd be interesting.
I'm going to build
But
off
that's
of
sad.
Thatcher. You know, it's
sad.
It's mysticism, and I think this falls back to where Lucas kind of he fell away, and I think he just loved his baby too much. Like, you know, like tell him about the rabbits. George squeezes the bunny or the puppy a little too tight. So the okay, so the one site that I read recently, it's like an essay of sorts, or like a blog. It's called StarWarsRingTheory.com. It's written by this guy Mike Klimo, I believe that's how you say his last name, Mike. And it's called Star Wars Ring Theory, and he explains how Lucas constructed the prequels to basically enact the ring theory. And you'd want to talk about not going into it. But it gave me a deeper appreciation for the prequels, even though I don't like how they were done. I think my biggest problem with the prequels was in editing specifically. I think it could be Disney could very easily do some very simple edits and let true editors be able to, who understand what needs to happen, be able to make it happen. And I think I'd walk away with a better taste in my mouth. The problem with the prequels is and I think to Basher's point, they eliminate the magic and the mystery in so many ways. You know, when we were growing up, we had originally A New Hope or Star Wars, and then The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. And when we were done, everything else was a mystery. So we wanted more. Well, sometimes you got to be careful with what you wish for, because it was just it didn't fit.
It explains too much.
Too much, or it just didn't fit what it should have been. To really, you wanted to see Anakin Skywalker as this powerful Jedi, this amazing star pilot or whatever. And he wasn't. I mean, he was, but you just couldn't. You couldn't.
He was too much like Luke, a little whiny.
Yeah, I would say more. I'd say
he was more whiny.
More whiny. So there were a lot of things that I think the prequels did right, but for me, salvaging the value of the prequels was only done after reading Star Wars Ring Theory. I could then understand and appreciate it. I still can't. I'm not a prequel apologist, but it took away that mysticism without introducing. How do I say this? It took that away from us when it should have provided more. It should have provided more foundation. Instead, it was just it ripped the rug out from underneath us. That's
I agree.
The easiest explanation. I don't know, Jerry, if you have any other opinion on that. That was the question.
I'm gonna enrage both of you and say that I like the first prequel, even with Jar Jar and all that crap in it. I still actually enjoyed the movie.
You
but I think
said
it's because I'm not tied into Star Wars as much as you guys are, so I wasn't like affected by all the inconsistencies or anything like that. It's
look at
fun.
this. I did not plan this. I swear to God. I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt. I've got this mug. I've got this what I'm drinking out of. I didn't even plan this. I'm so into Star Wars and it changed my life forever that I'm so invested in the Star Wars.
Dude,
I am a nerd.
I'm narcissistic. I'm wearing my own shirt right now.
I had I appreciated the prequels when Diana, my wife, saw them for the first time. When I saw them through her eyes, I appreciated them at a substantially deeper level. So it was only through seeing them through her eyes that I actually liked them a little more. It's still some things don't sit right with me, but I've come to accept them.
Same here.
You know, at a level where I have to accept them, kind of like the cousin that you never want to talk to. So anyway.
Plus, I'm biased because I know Jake Lloyd,
Jerry,
so I'm going to be biased there.
Okay, are you talking about the Beyonder from Secret Wars? Roman Luber says, Jerry.
Ooh, wait a second. That sounds familiar. Let me see.
Wasn't her though. He says that's got to be it.
The Beyonders.
Beyonder from Secret Wars. That's Roman Luber, one of my patrons.
Let's see here.
Go ahead and Google it.
Wow, I forgot about this.
Let me see. I'm trying to find the card. Let me see the Beyonder card.
Keep researching. I'll go to the next question. Yeah. John W. Dizelle asks, would you guys like a new Star Wars soundtrack? I know that John Williams did a good job, but why can't I have a shot? What would you change about the original Star Wars music? Nothing. I would change absolutely nothing.
No, you can't change. You can't change. Bach and Beethoven's compositions. You can't screw with that either.
I think that the Clone Wars showed us that someone beyond John Williams could grok character and story, and if there's anything in the prequels it's worth having it. The soundtrack was certainly a big part of it. The Clone Wars is worth seeing, not just for the animation, not just for the story, not just for the characters, but specifically for the soundtrack, which is just fantastic.
Oh, that's the only series where I've continuously listened to just about every single song on the soundtrack. Even Goonies. I love Goonies, but I haven't listened to every song in the Goonies soundtrack. I love E.T. Haven't listened to all the songs of E.T. But Star Wars, there's a song for everything in my life in the Star Wars soundtrack. Every moment of my life, there's a Star Wars song for it that John Williams made. He's amazing.
I'm surprised you haven't made the trek down to Astoria yet, have you?
No, gosh, I want to do that so soon. Jerry, have you done it? Have you been there?
No,
I have not gone.
I want to.
There's a 3D object for you, Jerry. Print the Goonies doubloon.
Yes, the doubloon.
3D print.
Oh, yeah.
I would pay for that, dude. I want that so bad.
Dude.
Oh, my God.
I'll do that. Remind me. I will do that. I'm sure it's
okay, $500.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
Dude, what?
Whoa. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He's got, millions of hits on his videos. He's good for it.
Ivan Markovic, this is on Twitter. Do you think Windows 10 will be the new XP or 7?
No. Not even either. It's going to be the new Windows 8.1.
Okay, Jerry, what do you
think? You think so?
Yeah.
Here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. They don't have any testers on it, and every Windows update they've shipped up until this point has had horribly bad problems. They're only working off of what people are reporting back to the mothership, and half the people run on Windows 10 disabled telemetry. So they're not getting enough information, and they don't have enough people internally to find all the bugs. It's going to come out being a piece of shit, and it's going to slowly get better. So I guess you'd say it's XP.
XP was solid.
Don't Windows have the track record of this one sucks, this was good, this one sucks, this was good?
Yeah, Windows 9 was supposed to be awesome. They skipped it, went to 10. That's probably why they renamed it to 10. They were like, we can't call this Windows 9. It's a piece of shit. Call it 10, and then 11 will be good.
Oh, that's sad.
Honestly, I'm biased obviously I'm biased here because I got laid off from Microsoft. I'm still a little bitter about that, sons of bitches. But but the flip side of that is Windows 10 is going to be largely tested externally. It's basically going to be a living beta. When it ships to the public, It's going to be, if the bugs are going to come flying in, they're going to fix them as fast as they can and push them out, and then they're going to have 2 stages of Windows updates. They're going to have.
Oh, great!
This summer.
Yeah, they're gonna ship it this summer. But here's what's gonna happen: is when you install Windows, you select what level of customer you want to be. If you need to be really stable, you say I only want the good updates. And then if you want to be the beta guy, you can say I want every update. And basically, it's going to be the canary in the coal mine. Everybody gets the bleeding edge, latest updates, but it could crash and screw up their computer. And then they're going to use that telemetry to fix the bugs. And then later on, they'll say, okay, now it's solid, and then they'll ship it to everybody else. So they're basically having the public test their software now. That's why they don't need testers anymore.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
But the sad thing is, I tested Watson a lot. Watson, for those of you guys that don't know, is the system that allows, when Windows crashes, it basically records Watson data and pushes it up to a database, and that's how Microsoft knows your computer crashed, and they have information about the stacks and everything on the break itself. Well, the problem with Watson is it only works when Watson itself doesn't have a problem, and Watson was very prone to problems. So, they're not guaranteed to get all of the breaks, so I don't know how they can fix them all. A lot of the stuff we found internally couldn't be found out in the wild, so I don't know what the hell they're thinking, to be honest.
Wow.
We'll see, though. They're taking a huge bet on this one, and a lot of people, I have received a lot of positive feedback that people love Windows 10, but I will not run it until it's released, because right now it still has a keylogger in it, and I refuse to run any program that's going to log strokes to Microsoft. Period.
What?
Yeah, it's recording everything.
Yeah, read the EULA. If you're running Windows 10, every single thing you type, passwords, everything, all that stuff, it's not being associated. It's literally just being sent as raw I/O for like auto-completion stuff, but it is actually being pushed up to a database. And so if you type your name and stuff, they technically can associate it to you because it's all grouped together coming from your computer. So if they see the name Basher being typed in 1,000 times, they can go, okay, we know who this is, and associate.
I'm switching to Linux.
Well,
so that's why I won't run it. It's constantly sending telemetry back to Microsoft, not just keylogger. It's also recording like your CPU load, your memory usage, it's monitoring processes. It's stuff that you'd want to do to make software better. So I'm not going to ding them for that, but I just hate that they buried it in a EULA that they know goddamn well nobody reads.
Mega Dude. Oh, sorry. Mega Dude asks, do you think General Grievous deserves a backstory to match his characters? If you watch, it's not the Clone Wars series. Before the Clone Wars that most people know, there was actually a short series of cartoons on the Cartoon Network, like 7-minute clips. You can actually watch, like someone did a super edit and posted it to YouTube of the original Clone Wars cartoon. And Grievous actually is pretty badass. He's more badass in that cartoon than he was in Episode 3.
Oh, the movies did him such an injustice. I mean, if you look at how many lightsabers he had, that says something. He has defeated those Jedi. It takes a lot to defeat a Jedi when you are not a Jedi yourself or a Sith.
He's a scary-looking bastard too.
I thought, but that was the thing. Is like he looks awesome, and then you get the story, and it's like, he's not very awesome. I hate a well-designed character that just has a horrible, well, at least either a horrible story or a horrible backstory, or is just portrayed so poorly.
And he dies in such a... Well, honestly, Darth Maul and him both die in a really meh way. Mostly Grievous. Holy crap. He gets shot by a Jedi, and then he's like, oh this is... like, I hated that death. I hated that moment. It was terrible.
I was disappointed.
He's got 4 arms?
Yeah, he breaks it apart to 4...
Dude.
Yeah, it's off.
That's badass. Just slap a new story on and make a movie.
Xerxes Icebinder asks, what is your insight for the next Star Wars movie that Disney will be assisting in producing with Lucas? What? But they're not. Lucas he's off. He's gone.
No, Lucas is gone. He's retired. He's out of the project.
Hey, Jerry. This is from Icy Chill 105. You're from Seattle. We're all from Seattle. What is your opinion of Dick's Hamburgers? I love them. Dick's is best.
Dick's Hamburgers is the best. Absolutely the best.
I love Dick's.
I love Dick's more than you do.
I like to put Dick's in my mouth. It's delicious.
Jerry, how many Dicks can you fit in your mouth at the same time?
I can fit 2 dicks in my mouth at the same time. I choke a little, but I get them in there. Dude, the best
Dick's
name for a
comes
burger
really
stand
fast. Have you
ever.
seen that? Like right when you want some Dicks, they deliver immediately. It's fast.
And they're cheap. If you don't got a lot of money, you can always hit the corner and get some Dicks in your mouth.
Yeah, no, way better than any. I mean, Diana's been wanting. Okay, she wants some of their hamburgers.
Why
she
did
wants
you
to
abort? That was going in such a great direction. You're
abort, retry, or fail. That would have been a big
you saw that too, Basher. He was like,
fail.
yeah, Diana wants some. Okay, I'm
That would have been
complete.
a fail. That would have been a fail.
Hey, well, my wife lost.
Clara had dicks before me. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, same with my wife. She had quite a few dicks.
William Cutler. Question for all: which is your favorite little-known supervillain that doesn't get much appreciation anymore? A supervillain that doesn't get much appreciation. God. I gotta think about this.
I haven't heard much
That's
about
hard.
Lex in the last billion years or so. Old Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah, he's always crappy in the remakes and everything. Like, Lex Luthor does not get nearly as much appreciation. This guy is a genius. This guy is he's Superman's worst villain. If you are a top villain to freaking Superman, and he doesn't even have powers. He's just
basically like Bruce
rich.
Wayne, the villain. He's like
exactly.
He's like the villain version of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Amazing.
I got a supervillain. Man.
That doesn't get a fair shake.
Huh. It's kind of a hard
Honestly,
one.
Lex is the thing that pops into my mind the most.
That's again, this is another thinker. Those are really good. By the way, these are really good questions. If I don't have a response right away, it's a good question. Just let me think about it for a bit, and like I know I can think of things like that I want to see or would love to see again.
I found a top 10 list. Some of these you might agree with.
Yeah.
So what about I don't even know who the hell's Oogie Boogie.
Oh, Oogie Boogie. The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Is that Nightmare Before Christmas?
Hell yeah, Oogie Boogie.
But he had a great scenes and everything.
We haven't heard much from him. I mean,
we haven't heard much from him.
Here's a good one. Dr. Octopus.
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock?
He was another one of those guys, super genius level characters.
Yeah.
I think he got quite a bit of screen time in the old Spider-Man movies, and it was good. I think he did great. It was funny.
Mr. Freeze. Nah, he's dipped. He was never
Arnold Schwarzenegger version?
He ruined him forever. He could never.
Honestly,
it's time to.
That's the thing.
Oh my god.
I didn't mind the campy Batman movies. I
like the campy ones.
I like the serious ones. Gotham is yours. I loved the new ones, but I also liked or the Dark Knight series. But watching a campy movie does not bother me. It just does not.
Batman Returns is my favorite. It's my favorite Batman of all time. I love Batman Returns, and it's got the Penguin in it, and like really cheesy scenes where they're all like carnival, like in like weird masks blowing things up. It's cheesy, and I love it. I love it.
Who else do you got, Jerry?
Oh, here's one for Basher. How about Hero Brian? They should do a movie on him.
Oh God, that is not on there.
Minecraft movie. He is.
Is that on there?
Hang on.
Yep.
Jerry, I have to. I'm retweeting this for you, but
okay.
Zeal to Beat You just tweeted a picture of the card you may have been talking about. Beyonder, yeah, energy, fighting, strength, intellect, all infinity.
Let's see. Hold on. Beyonder. I don't think that's it.
It's not a woman.
No, it was a woman. I'm almost positive it was a female character. It was either a female character. Or it was like a cloud. It was like a really feminine looking, sparkly cloud. I don't even know if it was a being. To be honest,
feminine sparkly cloud.
It was sparkly, so it was feminine. I'm just assuming.
That cloud. That's hot.
So cloud. But it was basically like the card just said that the powers were completely omnipotent and everything was like and everything on the back was like NA. It wasn't unknown. It was literally like not applicable because this person had like unlimited. It was like infinity or unlimited or something like that.
What else is on your list, Jerry?
What's that?
Enemies, arch nemesis, enemies.
Nemesis.
You were saying that the enemy, the bad guys.
Yeah, the list.
Oh, the bad guys. No. I just the last one that I picked was Hero Brian from Minecraft. I thought.
Is that really on that list though? Seriously, for real?
It was, but it was past 10. I was like 21, but still, I was like most underrated.
Well, here's the thing, by the way, with Hero Brian, it's so funny. Like Notch hates that so much. It was something that the fans created. It's not something that Minecraft created. And actually, Notch tweeted, he goes, "Fine, okay, Hero Brian exists. Holy crap, ooh, ah, and the only way to defeat him is to never ever mention him again, especially directed towards me. Ooh, let's defeat him, everyone."
Really?
He hates it. Oh yeah.
Wow, that's funny. Freddy,
I would almost say the Creeper, though. I think you could make a movie with creepers. That would be an epic movie that I would watch. Just creepers just going
It'd
around
be
getting
really-
pissed off, blowing
really
shit
short.
up. That'd be awesome.
Creeper as a main character. It's over.
Freddie Jazz Bear asks, well, my question was about what their favorite Star Wars character, and I also asked what they would think their favorite character can get a TV series. Like, okay, well, your favorite Star Wars character. I think Darth Vader could rock a TV series, but that's just me.
Porkins. Porkins needs a TV series.
I thought you were going for the Rancor Keeper.
No, I'd pick Porkins over the Rancor Keeper. Because Porkins gets to fly jets
Really?
and stuff. He doesn't just tame
Stay
a
on
giant
target.
creature.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
On target, and then he just blows
Wasn't
up.
his death great? He's like, I can't hold it. Ah! He's just. And they're like, no.
What he really
Porkins.
should have said is, can't reach, control, stick, and then he just slams into the wall.
Stomach is making control stick go down.
Oh,
My
wow.
favorite Star Wars character is very hard for me because I just can't stick with a Star Wars character because everyone's so tied in together. It's really hard. I
That is
go as
difficult.
far as to say I don't really have a favorite. I
I'd
like
say
the
Boba
story
Fett.
between Vader and Luke.
Probably.
Boba Fett?
Yeah,
Boba Fett's actually very badass. IG-88, despite him being a robot, has an amazing story. Like, amazing. Like,
Wait,
he's
is that
very
a Legends,
interesting
though?
character.
Is it Legends at this point, or is it like...
Crap.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Watch it. You gotta watch it now. Nathan Alvarez asks, I'd like to ask a techie question. What do you think about Apple's decision to go from a multi-port to multi-dongle in the new MacBook? Okay, so what you mean is, like, instead of having multiple ports, just the single USB Type-C port? I think it's smart. I mean, it's not for me. I've said this in separate videos, but it's smart. I'm not the target market for it. I would need more power in my portable machine. Some people don't need power. They just need portability, and they're not necessarily looking for a spec'd out device. They're looking for a Mac. They want, you know, like a higher quality display. They don't want to deal with a variety of attachments, at which point only having one port makes sense. And the fact that it's USB-C, I think, is pretty darn smart. It's pretty forward thinking. So even though it's not for me, I wouldn't get one. If someone were to hand one to me, I'm like, oh, great, thanks. I don't know how I would accommodate it in terms of my workflow, but I think it was a smart way of going. But again, I have to say, it's not for everybody, and the only complaints I've seen about it so far are from half-assed, quote-unquote, journalists, bloggers, or whiners who don't want it and don't understand who it's for. So people who've never used it, don't want to use it, wouldn't want to buy it. So why am I accepting a complaint from them? Let me accept a complaint from someone who did buy it for the reason he or she bought it, and if they complain because they bought it for the reasons they would have purchased it, the way that Apple has designed it, that's a legitimate complaint. Complaining about a product that you don't necessarily have and that you don't want, and saying no one wants it, it's wrong. It's not.
So wait, is this just
it's
like
not-
basically having like one USB port broken out into a dongle, or is it some proprietary ass dongle?
No,
you
it's
have to connect?
proprietary USB-C. It's like, if anything, Apple pushed. Well, it's actually been suggested that Apple has silently been behind the scenes to get a USB Type-C adoption, but no one else would want to say that, even though they'll adopt USB Type-C. No one's going to say that because the moment PC OEM is in bed with Apple, people are going to freak the hell out. The
I
sky
have
will
no
absolutely
problem
fall.
with it being a single port, because you can always replicate more ports, and you can't replicate more battery space inside the chassis, which I'm sure is what's taking up the space that used to be those other two ports.
What's Fallout 4? Is that a video game?
Fallout's
Yes.
a video game, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I guess I have to ask.
This is from Fallout. This is a Vault Boy from Fallout. It's an amazing series.
I still got to print a Pip-Boy. There's
Oh,
a model for a
gosh.
Pip-Boy that you slide a Samsung Galaxy into, and you run an
No
app on it.
way.
It looks just like the Pip-Boy.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Do you have a Samsung? What's your stupid Android phone you got, Basher?
It's an
Which one
S5.
Is it an S5?
Yeah.
I'll go find that model. If it's an S5, I'll print one out and just give it to you, and you can just. It's like
Oh, I
held
would love
together
you
with like rubber
forever.
bands or something like that. Well, you already love me forever. You just love me just that much more, Bash.
Aaron,
Yeah.
Aaron Bellamy asks, "What is your favorite Star Wars book?" Boy, why are they asking so
Jesus,
many
what
Star Wars
did
questions
you build
tonight?
this as like
I
Star Wars
swear to
trivia
God,
night?
dude, it is not. I'm getting them from Twitter,
It's just your
from
background.
from YouTube,
God, I feel
from
like
the
I need
patron
something
thread.
from Star Wars now. Like, do I even have
What
anything
is your
from
favorite
Star Wars?
Star Wars book, and who is your favorite Star Wars author? I don't know if I have a
books?
favorite book.
What?
Oh yeah, tons of them. But I am excited about Aftermath. They've just announced it. It'll be out, I believe, later this year. Being written right now. I follow the author. But it's basically the story that takes place after Return of the Jedi, so it's a part of canon leading up to The Force Awakens. So if I don't do a lot of book reading, but if that's not turned into a comic adaptation or a graphic novel, I would likely read Aftermath.
I'm an audiobook kind of guy myself. I feel like I need to be doing some other stuff.
Did you listen to Darth Plagueis before it was stricken as legend?
No.
It's actually decent. Darth Plagueis is one of the best now legends, the best Star Wars books ever.
Oh wow!
Darth Plagueis, the backstory of who could very well have been Anakin Skywalker's biological father. Okay, Jerry, I'm looking for other questions that aren't related to Star Wars.
Yeah, because that one, that was a double dinger. Because you're talking
Sorry,
about books, and I can't read, and you're talking about Star Wars.
I am doing.
You didn't
my
graduate.
best. I did not. There was no.
Chris, we're not all book learned
I did not pick
like
this for
you
Star
are.
Wars. Oh yeah, I just said I don't read books. I like comic books, I like graphic novels. But that's about it. Okay, Jerry, this will be easy, and I'm just taking from the questions. Cameron McKay, what is your favorite Star Wars episode? That would be 5. That's my Roman numeral right there. V, the final battle from the 80s. No, episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, no doubt. I even like the special edition, The Empire. I like how it cleaned up.
Yeah. I like Return of the Jedi. That's my
I'm
favorite.
a Return of the Jedi.
I see. Some people didn't like the Ewoks. I didn't mind them. I get like it was campy, but it was like
Episode that Return of the Jedi was the only way I get my mom to watch Star Wars with me, because she's like, "Is that the one with the little bears?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." And she's like, "Okay, we'll watch it."
Okay,
I just need my Carrie Fisher
others.
fix.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Ian Clay's got a good one. So we're getting off the Star Wars topic now to make everybody else happy. Although I can't imagine, people, who know, at least Basher and me, not wanting to talk about.
Yeah,
Star
I'm thinking
Wars.
446 of the 447 people in here are Star Wars fans.
Honestly, I think it was Basher and me because, that's.
I forgot Jordy was here for a while. Yeah.
I'm struggling. It's a damn good thing I have a search engine over here because I would be hanging with you guys.
I'm doing my best. I'm just getting these questions as I'm seeing them. Ian Clay asks, if your partner could have a superpower, what would it be? I would ask for the power of forgiveness in a minute. Honey?
Is she that
Is that a
close?
good
Because
one?
my girl's literally behind this curtain.
Now I got to think about one that's not completely inappropriate.
That wasn't completely inappropriate. I said the power of forgiveness in a minute when I screw up. I think I just screwed up, guys.
Okay,
He's
so
no longer
like
talking.
here, this is actually the power that
Woo!
this is the power that I would want myself, but if she had it, it would be equally as nice. The power to make everyone interesting, which means I'm going to be interesting, right?
See, that's just called ADHD. Everybody's interesting to me.
Hear them side
She
by
can't
side
even
going
hear
on.
you. It's great. All that trash you guys are talking right now?
What?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
No.
I don't know how to whistle,
Why would
or
you say
I would.
that, Chris?
I'm sorry.
What? No.
I can believe. Ow! Honey, they don't want you on the show anymore. They hate you.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I want her here.
What?
Why you gotta be like
Chris
that?
is
Why you gotta be like a
rude.
Bash?
Stargate
Such a
channel.
meanie.
Stargate
Such a
channel
meanie.
on YouTube asks, would you ever play a story-based Doctor Who Minecraft mod?
Good, I'm glad I
Wait,
didn't have to say
Stargate
that.
Channel? I know who that is.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Would
They
you-
are actually working with me. They were working with me, and I think they're still wanting to. But yes, that is actually something that I'm going to be doing on my channel. I'm going to start a whole series of Doctor Who Minecraft roleplay episodes where we make our own stories inside of Minecraft, Doctor Who based. Because me and Clara are becoming Whovians pretty much.
cool.
We love Doctor Who. We watch
wait.
it all day.
Who's your doctor? Who,
Right now
Careful.
it's the Ninth Doctor.
Oh, you haven't gotten to Tenet then.
Oh no. He's
You ruined
Tennant.
it.
No, we have Tennant, but he hasn't. We're maybe 8 episodes into the second season with Tennant, and we like him a lot, but we really miss Eccleston a lot.
You won't for long. Here's some wibbly wobbly timey wimey bits.
That's awesome. Actually, wait, real quick. We just watched the worst episode of Doctor Who we've ever seen in our lives.
Which one?
And it was Fear Her. It was the one with the drawing and the scribbly monster.
Oh, that was the Olympics. One. I like that. Are you
serious?
One. Yeah.
That little girl's acting was atrocious. It was
better.
So bad.
I thought the story was good.
It felt like such a cheesy time. They're like, oh, the Olympics are coming, so let's get something about the Olympics. Come on, Doctor Who, you're huge. Do something with the Olympics. And they're like, okay, I'll write something real fast and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. It just felt cheesy, like beyond. I know Doctor Who's cheesy sometimes.
Way cheesy.
Episode was, but the thing that scares me is people are tweeting, oh, there's worse episodes, and I'm like, oh god.
Wait, Jerry, did you answer your superpower question?
Oh, I was hoping you'd just like go over that.
Oh,
I can't think of one that's completely inappropriate because they would all.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Okay. Fast things to me and never stopping.
Okay, so here's a good one then, Jerry. Ryan Whelan asks if you could swap bodies with anyone, who and why.
Chunk, because I'd feel right at home.
The truffle shuffle.
Yes.
It'd be like I just wake up and be fine.
I'm gonna go.
Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel. That's who I'd swap.
Harrison Ford.
I'd go for
young Harrison Ford though, right?
No, any Harrison Ford.
You swapping an old ass crusty Harrison Ford?
Dude, guy's legacy. Absolutely, he can crash a plane
and survive.
That's true. He is pretty damn invincible. I'm going Vin Diesel because my wife has a thing.
Indiana Jones, Han Solo, Jack Ryan for a brief while. Come on.
Well, I'd swap bodies with my girlfriend because I just stare at the mirror all day.
Can't you just stare at her from your own body? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, like, don't you have to staring?
But come on, POV kind of thing. It's different.
Right, but just like stand behind her, and just like put your.
All right, then I guess if that's the case, then I'll swap into Bastian's body, and then Christian.
Then I get to see my body from a third-person view. Ooh, yeah.
Look at my beard and my crazy haircut.
Scotty W, if you could mural a wall in your house with a scene from a movie, what scene would it be and why? You know, I actually saw, even though I was not, I would say Star Wars, but a themed Star Wars. I've got one of my favorite artists, Justin Hillgrove. He's a local artist.
Oh, he's amazing. He's local? Wait.
He's local. He's the one that got my art. His art is like in the house that you saw.
Oh, yeah.
Come in. So, where the wild things are, even though I didn't really read the book as much as other people had, there's one scene that he did Princess Mononoke, like a mashup between the scene from Where the Wild Things Are with Princess Mononoke characters. But I just saw another artist do the same scene with Where the Wild Things Are with Star Wars monsters, and I'm like, that'd be kind of neat, like a mashup between those two. So I'd probably go down the direction of like a mashup between fandoms like that. Star Wars, absolutely. But maybe like Jabba's Palace, painted like Jabba's Palace. I always thought Jabba's Palace was pretty awesome. So that's my answer.
Mine would be a Star Wars thing. I've seen a picture of the Last Supper, but with all Star Wars characters.
Oh, nice!
That's the coolest thing ever. So I want that up there. I'm not even religious, but that looked awesome. It just was so epic looking. I loved it.
Jerry?
See, I don't know about movie. Like, if I could have like a mural like on my wall. I mean, would a TV show be okay? Like,
yeah, sure, why not?
Because I always liked, like, whenever I watched the new reboot of the Battlestar Galactica, and they always had to see the entire fleet together. I think that would be an awesome mural to have on your wall, like the entire fleet of all the shitty ships, the big ships. Dude, that would be awesome.
Prison ship.
Yep.
Oh wow.
God.
Yeah,
I just love that because it was so diverse. You know, it's like it wasn't like there was two distinct sides. It's like some of the ships looked evil as shit, some of them looked good, but they're all on the same side. It was really cool.
Edward James Olmos is actually coming to our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. here next week.
Really?
So say we all.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So say we all.
So say we all. So
Don't say
saving.
we all.
Oh man, that was a good series. I only watched the series after it ran.
So did I, but I haven't gotten to the last season. I've gotten up to there, and then I started dating Clara, and she's like, "I want to watch that," and I'm like,
Hey.
"Okay." So we're rewatching it up to that. I haven't seen the last season.
Hang on. You have something green in your hand. What is it?
Oh, this is my. This
on,
is
dude.
something that.
Hang on. Is it the
Really?
same lip
It's
balm
not
that
the-
I'm using?
No.
Oh, I thought it was the same lip balm. I was freaking out.
That would have been weird. No, this is
That's hilarious.
something that I carry around with me. It's something that Clara got at GameWorks in Seattle, and I don't know why. I just keep it with me at all times and just play with it.
Crazy. You guys
Okay.
are crazy. You're both crazy.
I'm only going off the questions here. If you could be any video game character, who would you be and why? Link. Dun, 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 dun,
You never
dun,
talked,
dun, 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 dun. Jerry's got the hearts. He's got Link's hearts up on his wall. I saw him.
Yeah, I do.
Right there.
Yeah, I got him up there.
I'd say Link, or well, no, Kid Icarus was pretty nice too. Pit.
No, do you know the story? Do you know the story behind that one right there? It's 2.5 hearts because, and it's got my YouTube award below it. So it's like, the YouTube has taken 1/2 of my heart away, my life. It's killed me a little bit. And then over my bedroom, I have
Killed me a little bit.
No, but check this out. I got another 3-heart one over my bedroom, and they're all full. So it's like that's where I go to recharge.
Ah,
You see that? You like
I
that?
like where you're going with this. I like it.
Yeah, I go to the room to recharge, and then I come back up here, and YouTube knocks another 1/2 heart off.
I like it. All right, what about you guys? What characters would you be?
Oh, God, that's hard.
Character. I went to Link right away.
Yeah,
So
you
you'd
did
be,
go
well,
Link.
it'd be Mario. I mean, I'm built like a plumber. I'd just be Mario.
Jeez. I'd be Steve from Minecraft.
I guess it counts.
I was trying. It was a cop out. Yes, it was. It was
That's the biggest cop out ever. I'd
Super-
be a watermelon.
But you know what? He's carried himself with the Star Wars answers. We'll let this go.
That's true.
Super Cookie and the Craft asks, was Ahsoka Tano a good choice for Clone Wars? Did she give a gender balance for modern Star
I
Wars?
give up. I'm
Dude, it's not my fault. All right, fine. Normally, this is great for me. I'm loving it. I'm eating this up.
How much fuel goes into the tank of the Millennium Falcon?
Wait, was that
God.
pre or post? No, anyway.
Oh, God.
I think she was a good addition. I didn't feel like they were playing to gender roles. I thought she moved the story forward. I still question her involvement with Rebels at this stage. That's yet to be seen. But I didn't think that was a pure female character play. That was my feeling. So, Basher, if you have something to say, it's great. If not, Jerry's uncomfortable.
Go, Jerry. What do you have to say?
Well, the question I tuned out after
No,
Star
it's
Wars.
okay.
Like,
He's not going to answer the question.
Star Wars ruined it for me.
By the way, the YT-1300, the fuel tank is actually very faulty. Just putting that out there.
Just saying.
Yeah, because it's made
Just
out of
saying,
chicken wire
yo.
cardboard in the 70s.
Just saying. Okay. Kurt Grosser asks, who's your favorite captain from Star Trek? I say Cisco. I'm a Cisco
Ooh, that's
fan.
a hard one if you include Cisco. I know
Cisco.
he's kind of like a captain, but he's
I always
decent
liked
captain. So.
always liked Cisco.
I don't know, I'm a
Always.
Picard fan. I'm a huge Picard fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Picard, but I'll tell you what, it's a close race. I would tell you because Cisco is the only person to ever punch Q in the face and like not have to pay the price for it. So
I'd
That
say
was
True.
Cisco, Janeway, Picard, Kirk.
Wow.
Yeah, Kirk wasn't my favorite.
No, I'm not a fan of Kirk, but he was very cheesy. It was kind of fun, but never like, oh, you're a captain. You're amazing at it. No, he's not really that good. But Janeway, actually, I forgot about Janeway, actually.
Okay. Ooh, Jerry, I got one for you. Stargate Channel asked this on YouTube. This question is mostly directed at you, Jerry. What would be the easiest way for someone with an interest in 3D modeling to get into 3D printing on a college student budget?
Oh boy.
Well, there's actually quite a few different printer options that you can get there. The one that I've tested though is the Robo 3D R1. I think you get it for about $7.99. It's got a heated bed. It can print ABS and PLA. And as far as the 3D modeling stuff, I would just start with some of the simple stuff like Tinkercad.com. It's free. and then work your way up to Blender. It's also free, and yeah, free is good. Or you can build your. I mean, if you're really, really on a tight budget, you can build your own 3D printer for around $300 or $400. But it's pretty involved. But I figure, hell, you're going to college and you got all kinds of time on your hands. So come on, you can do it.
That means you're smart.
You was so small. You build a printer. He can do it.
Go to college.
It's fine. It's just some belts and some motors. It's like you can't screw it up.
Next question. I'm just like going to all. I've got like 3 places to look here, and Liz is helping too. If you could be a female celebrity, who would it be and why?
Wait, say again? What?
Female
What was that?
celebrity. Could you be if
Okay.
you could be a female celebrity? Who would you be and why?
Oh my gosh, what's her name? Big Lips. What's her freaking name?
Like can you narrow
Big
it down
lips.
a bit?
No, that literally narrows it down. Huge Lips was in Hackers.
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Yes, I'd be her. Do we really have to explain why? I mean,
Yeah, you know.
hey, she was in Hackers. That's awesome.
I got
so hard.
Wait, that's not bad. That's a really good. That's a good answer. I'm gonna be
She was Tomb
Angelina
Raider,
Jolie
too.
as well. I'm gonna be Angelina Jolie too.
Oh
Can only be
man.
one. Angelina Jolie
This
Highlander.
is not the Highlander.
I'd be Mrs. Doubtfire because secretly I'd still be a man. Oh, that's hard.
Hello.
It's hard. Who the hell would I be? I mean, obviously a lesbian.
Oh yeah. Well, Angelina Jolie played a lesbian in many a movie.
No, I'd be Ellen DeGeneres. Boom, done.
What?
Because she's funny. She's funny. And she's got Porsche's her wife. So come on, that's like winning.
She owns a Porsche. Yeah.
But she probably owns the car and the person. Was it Porsche de Rossi? Yeah. No, I'll take that.
I've actually never
Ellen
seen
DeGeneres,
what
done.
Porsche looks like.
Let's see here. I'm scoping here.
Go check it out.
Anthony Denio asks, can you, Basherverse or Barnacles, give us tips on how to start a YouTube channel? Honestly, I still don't know.
You go to youtube.com, push create new channel, put it in.
Actually, you're screwed if you start one right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you probably
You're
are.
screwed. They changed how YouTube channels are created. You are pretty screwed now. If you create a channel right now, you have a weird URL. It's no longer youtube.com/your name.
Yep.
You don't get that anymore. You're
Well, no,
a
you
legacy
can't.
channel if you have that now.
No, Pirillo Vlogs, because you have to have okay, so you can go to youtube.com/c/Pirillo Vlogs. That works. You can get a custom URL, but it's tied into Google Plus. So you can get a custom URL, but it's no longer, you can't go to youtube.com/Pirillo Vlogs. You have to go to youtube.com/c/Pirillo Vlogs. So you can still get custom name. That's
the thing though, but it screws with a lot of like user just traffic because of that change. That little change will screw with user traffic. But also on top of that, now you can't. There's just so much that you can't get a custom URL unless you meet so many requirements now. It's no longer you just create your channel and you have it. You have this really long string of letters and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't create a channel. I'm just saying right now it is extremely hard. Like I've been doing this since 2006. Like that's how long I've been doing YouTube, and only recently have I started blowing up. In the past like year and a half or so, year and a half to 2 years, this is when everything started blowing up. The whole point of creating a YouTube channel and you actually wanting to make it in YouTube is you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice a ton of your time, and you have to stay completely like persistent at it. In YouTube, if you do not post frequently and like on certain times with the beat of everything, then you will be forgotten. That's how the algorithm goes. If you stop posting, even if you want a week off, you're screwed. You will not start going out to user channels and stuff unless you could come up with another viral video, like I don't know, being laid off or something. And
burn.
but seriously, but that's the truth. If you are not persistent in YouTube, then it's not gonna go huge. That's why you see a lot of channels with like 1 or 2 viral videos, and they only have like 500 subs. But they have that one video that with 18 million views. You have to keep going and keep going if that's something you want to really excel at.
I think it also depends on the type of content that you make, though. Because like me, I was knocked down cold from that sickness for 11 days. I didn't produce a video. My stats like barely dropped, and they rebounded instantly as soon as I posted another video. Like nothing really.
Well, that's
fell
because you were persistent before. That's the thing. Like,
but that's. Go ahead. Patrick.
So like you have to have a momentum basically first.
Yeah. Well, okay, but
I get that.
So I guess I face different kinds of frustrations because I've been on since 2006 as well. So I had to create 3 different channels. This is one. This is the one where cause I do like the daily live shows. They're long shows, but the problem is that not everybody who might be interested wants to watch a long show. They want to watch a short show. So I've got this channel for long form stuff. I have the vlogs, which were completely separate kinds of content, and then my classic, just Chris Pirillo channel for the edited stuff, like the tight, 2 minute to 5 minute long edited punchy stuff. I wanted to keep it under one channel, but it 3 different types of people,
demographics,
different types of things, and it's been a major frustration of mine because I've it's not just stalled. I'm now a dad. I now have, I've always had a certain fascination with technology, but at a substantially different level than people like Jerry or Linus Sebastian or Marquez Brownlee. I don't care about gadgets as much as they might. I don't care about hardware as much. I don't game, so I don't find myself getting lost in video games. Or any kind of PC or console. I don't fit that model, and so I've found it's been very, very challenging for me because the community that once was I had around me, we no longer identify with one another seemingly. It's a big frustration of mine because I think I've never done like the stuff that I might be putting out there. It's probably the best I've ever done, but it's not. I don't have the demographic. There's no.
Oh yeah.
I love how Chris is basically like, I'm not interested in anything. Nothing. I just want to play with my Legos and my Star Wars, and yet he's still like mega successful. Like the dude just your audience is out there. You gotta find it. That's the trick.
Well, no, but I gotta find the Star Wars. I've got to find the Star Wars audience. If I find the Star Wars audience, I win. If I find the dad's audience, I win. And the dad's audience, I don't think is necessarily turned to YouTube as much as
you guys are snipers, and I'm like accuracy by volume. I'm like 3D printing, technology, some comedy, and it's like. My audience is so divided. Like, if you go look at my videos, like, every day I create a video, it's like a portion of my audience hates it because it's not what they want.
And that's why I had to split.
And I don't, but this is what I found out. This is interesting. I don't know if this works for everybody, but it worked for me, is by me not having that knee-jerk reaction to go change it when my stats were taking heavy hits, my audience eventually settled. The people that couldn't stand it left, and the new people that liked it, or tolerate, I won't say tolerate it, showed up.
I still haven't found that audience. I've got patrons, thank God, who are like my foundation.
Everybody wants me to start a Patreon. It's
same here.
Like a Hail Mary.
Don't do it Everybody wants to do it yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. They've got a lot of bugs to work out. People will eventually accept it. Over time. I think the model of crowdfunding is definitely down the right path, but it's still not. It's still not there. It's still not there.
Oh, speaking of which, I got to get you guys some T-shirts, man.
Give me a T-shirt.
Now. Which one do you want?
All of them.
I'm poor, man.
I like the boobs one, but I'm gonna be losing weight soon, so I don't think it'll work.
I'm gonna wear the Apple Watch, and I'm going to lose weight. That's gonna be my thing.
No, I already know which one. Chris doesn't get a choice. He gets the one that this T-shirt's for poor people. Because I just want to see Chris walk around in a shirt that says this shirt's for poor people. I think that'd be great. Like with his Apple device and his Apple Watch and his Apple brain insert for his ear. That'd be awesome.
I see Boogie wearing your shirt, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Boogie messaged me. He's laughing so hard when he got that because he's the perfect guy to wear that shirt.
Dude, I want to get Boogie up here for Gnome Decks. That's the name we're going with because I ran the event for like 10 years. I'll have more information, but I want to get like the big.
Have you been in contact with him, or do you want me to poke him on it?
I think we're following each other on Twitter, but I don't know how he uses it. I'm definitely following him.
He's very
Just
responsive,
got done
actually.
with a big
Yeah.
move and everything like that, so he might be a little bit slow to respond, but
Well, but I just know that if I do this the right way with the event, because Minecraft, here's my idea, Basher. I want to figure out how to get like a big, huge screen and like have Minecrafting going on in some way, shape, or form. I don't
That'd be
know how
awesome.
it's going.
I can record a video there, like live. That's something I've been wanting to do. Is I want to go to conventions and literally just sit down in the middle of the floor and record a Let's Play. Because I know people would love to see
Oh
me
yeah.
there recording it right
Yeah.
there. And treating it like a normal Let's Play and just there live. That would be awesome.
I could
That would
3D
be so
print
cool.
like little mini creepers and stuff too, just so people, just like with the coins, people can just come up and grab them.
So I'm
That'd be
gonna
awesome.
I definitely Minecraft's gonna be a part of it. And I mean Basher, you know way more cooler Minecrafters than I do apparently. The 3D printing, I absolutely want to be a part of it. In fact, wait till you hear about the sponsor, Jerry. And then I'm also trying to get a hold of the right people at Disney to get some Star Wars stuff there. I want to get some either toys or Star Wars stuff going on at Gnome Decks, because I think it would be interesting to put cosplayers in the same room as Minecrafters, as in the same room as techies, in the same room as like pop culture fanatics and comic nerds. Just like, you know, it's just a nerdathon.
that
right? You know, like,
lifestyle.
I can
damn.
up our game. I can up our game significantly this year too, because I had 2 printers last time when I was there. Now I'll have 4 printers and then a 5th one that's stereolithography, so it's laser and liquid resin.
Oh,
To
cool.
print stuff.
Whoa.
And then I've also, if we can find a way to do it clean, I don't know how we can do it and not make it really, really messy, but if we can find a way to get my 3-foot by 3-foot CNC, my X-Carve CNC there, we'll be able to like engrave plates, aluminum, wood, all that stuff. You can do.
I still have my Vlogger Fair coin.
Yeah, I
think
do
it's
too.
awesome.
Yeah, I still have my Bree Pettis. Sorry, Jerry. Bree Pettis. Back when he spoke at Gnome Decks, I used to bring in like people who are like, they're more known now than they were back then.
Breeze the Al Gore 3D printing.
He commercialized it successfully enough, but that's my first 3D printed object. It's a G 3D printed object.
Wow.
My first one. I'll always keep that.
Back when MakerBot was open source. Yep.
Yeah, way.
Yeah.
That was before his any of his other keynotes. I think I gave Bree his first keynote. This is long before I knew you.
Did you watch the movie on Netflix?
No,
What is
you
it?
didn't remind me, and I haven't. I've been spending most of my
It's
time.
actually really good. If you watch it, and the thing is, it's like
Hang on.
it does kind of villainize Bree a little bit, but they definitely let him speak freely. Like you can tell they didn't
Okay.
like restrain him and screw him over.
What
so.
is?
It's called Print the Legend. And the cool thing about it is they actually talk about Form Labs, which is another stereolithography printing company, and they talk about all the legal battles between them and some of the bigger 3D guys. And it's a wild story to see something go from open source to commercialized, and then becoming a target of all the huge like $50,000 to $100,000.
Okay, I'll watch
printer
it.
guys.
I've added it to my list.
People are like, get Stampy. He's a big Minecrafter. Stampy is probably one of the biggest Minecrafters out there.
Oh yeah, he's in the UK, isn't he?
He's in the UK though,
Yeah.
so that
But
could be.
We're not done yet. I gotta talk to Liz.
Okay.
We're working on bringing you. Yeah. So.
Messaged me recently about my life story and confession video, and we've talked a little bit and stuff, and also the Diamond Minecart I've been talking with, and I'll talk to them and see if they're interested in something like this.
It's okay. So yeah, the vision is it's not just Minecraft. It's like imagine a big nerdathon of all these nerdy geeky YouTubers or Viners or Instagrammers. You know, like oh my God, you know, I watch your videos and I watch your videos. You know, like not just an insular community. It's like a community of like this greater geeky nerddom. Like CES meets Comic-Con meets and like you know the just like the trifecta, right? You know, like this
the geek lifestyle.
Yeah, the geek lifestyle. Like bam, that's my thinking with it. But it's a very grand scheme. But I think it'll work.
We should try to get a hold of Peanut Butter Gamer too. Do you guys know him?
He's local, but I never loop back. He's local, but I've
never been able to get a hold of him either. But I know he's a local. So
there's so many people that are local that are like. But oh man, that I haven't met yet.
But that's why I want to do something like this, because I know there are other Jerry, who are we tagging on earlier on Twitter. Her name, Brittany.
Spears?
Blonde nerd?
Holy crap!
Blonde.
She's a huge geek.
Blonde nerd. No, wait, hang on. Who
No,
am
no,
I
no.
thinking? Blonde nerd. What's
Yeah,
who is Brittany? I'm not sure about. Brittany keeps.
yeah.
popping up in
Brittany,
my
I think
head.
it's Brittany Bombasher or something.
Is that it?
She's a blonde nerd. Yeah.
She's low. Okay, so there are all these like Metal Jesus Rocks, big nerd.
Well, yeah.
right?
All
You know,
those
like-
guys are. All those guys are all connected. Like
Yeah.
I guarantee you, they would all love to
Dude,
go.
well, I've already
That blew my mind that he's local. I've been watching Metal Jesus Rocks forever, and I didn't even know that he was local. And then he was with Drunken Bastard Paul, and then I saw a video with Jerry and Drunken Bastard Paul, and I was like, wait, what? Why are they together in a video? And then
Dude,
I was
did you
like,
see the
wait,
video
they all live
of-
local. Holy crap. And I saw
Did
you
you-
get beat up by that woman. Oh, I saw.
Yeah, Retro Gaming Expo.
Yeah. Dude, trust me. There's a reason I wanted to move here. Like, this is
It's Mecca.
geek heaven. It's literally. Oh my gosh! I was at Card Kingdom the other night, and it was just the most. There's so many geeks and nerds here, and I love it. And I want to cry. And it's not in a crappy looking areas. Like the whole Washington like all of it's gorgeous. This place is amazing. It's heaven for the geeks and nerds. It's amazing. I love it here.
Someone's asking if the funny gamer asks if you could become any Pokemon, which one would you be? I don't actually follow Pokemon, so I don't know.
Pikachu. That's the only one I really know. Okay.
I don't follow
I
Pokemon.
become Mewtwo or Alakazam. They're both very powerful psychic Pokemon that can make people to kill themselves with just the power of their mind.
That's a cool power. Beshhiram 123 asks, do you think Chris Pratt should be the new Indiana Jones? You know, I had a thought on this, and I only realized it after watching Firefly again. Nathan Fillion, I think, would make an amazing Indiana Jones in a reboot. I think Nathan, even at his quote-unquote age, would do a better job at Indiana Jones than Chris Pratt, and I really like Chris Pratt's Star-Lord a lot.
It'd
looking
be
forward
more
to Jurassic
serious.
Park. No, but I think Nathan could pull it off. I think Nathan would do a better job than Chris.
I'm
my
afraid of
feeling.
Chris getting the Johnny Depp syndrome, where he's such a good actor and everybody likes him that he's in every freaking movie as the main role, and you're just like, oh, another movie with Chris Pratt. I'm afraid of that happening, like so afraid. I like Chris
think
Pratt
Nathan
a lot,
would bring
but I don't
a
like
little
so
more
much.
darkness to the character. I think Nathan's got more range as far as the dark side leading up into the comedy. I think with Chris Pratt, it would get a little more funny and less
too
serious.
campy.
So I do kind of agree with you. I think Nathan.
We need
would make
another
better
short
Indiana
round
Jones.
for the funniness.
Yeah, but even then, I thought that was. I don't know. Raiders, I thought was fantastic. I loved Crusade. I didn't mind the fourth installment, even though I guess Spielberg did. I didn't mind the whole story of ancient aliens.
I haven't seen it yet.
Did you
I'm
hear
not
the whole
lying.
story behind the gunshot, like the fight scene where Indiana
Yeah,
Jones shoots
he
the
had
guy with the-
diarrhea.
Yeah, it was
He had
ad-lib.
diarrhea.
I laughed so hard. I just read that like a couple of months ago. I was like, he literally was supposed to have a sword fight with the dude, and he has diarrhea and he can hardly move. So he's like, they rewrote it. And they're like, yeah, just go out there and just shoot him with a gun. And it's like that iconic scene that everybody laughed at.
Well, he
with-
came up with it. He was
Yeah.
like, he goes, honestly, if this was real life, I'd just shoot the guy.
just
And they were like,
the dude.
do
Yeah.
it. And he's like, serious? Okay. And they did
It
it.
was
One
amazing. It was
take,
absolutely
and they were
amazing.
like, print.
But it's great because when you watch it, he looks sickly, and it's like he is. He lost like
Yeah, he's
20
sick.
pounds. He had like freaking like dysentery or something. It's horrible. That's funny.
Imarkovic 1995 asks, what do you think of the future of virtual reality? Do you think the internet will transform into the VR world? I don't think it's going to transform into the VR world, but I think things like augmented reality and virtual reality will become a lot less gimmicky. They're still gimmicky.
I
I
have
don't
the Oculus 1 and 2, and I've used it extensively. And I think that the metaverse will start kind of coming into existence, but it won't replace just browsing the internet and stuff. It's not going to replace it or anything. But I foresee there being like a second life that comes around that becomes extremely viral, and especially when like the Oculus Rift or Sony's device, all that stuff becomes extremely affordable for consumers, then people are just going to jump on that as a gimmick at first, but then it's going to start kind of making its own thing. It's going to become like Lego is, like just a home thing. It's just a thing that everybody has eventually, just to kind of relax in, and an entertainment thing.
I don't think it'll ever be 100. I don't think it'll ever be 100%. I think there'll always be monitors, just because the stress of transitioning between something that's fully immersive and then the real world over and over again, I think would get exhausting, even if it was like damn near perfect. But I agree with you. I think that honestly, the applications for it would be like Second Life and social media and direct interactions, real-time interactions, not these passive interactions like we have on Twitter and Facebook. But I could totally see it being used for that, because I think it'd be cool to like put on a helmet and sit down with your friends and watch a movie in a virtual world where you could like look at each other and make gestures.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But it couldn't just be you just looking around. There needs to be more than that. It needs to be like a full body kind of experience. Because it'd be dorky if you were in a game where you had to like move yourself around with a mouse and then all you did is like rotate your head around and look around. I mean, it'd be cool, but it wouldn't be a social experience.
Well, there's already IR applications where there's apps you could download on your phone and put on the front of your Oculus Rift. You use like rubber bands or something to attach it to your Oculus Rift, and it uses the camera to actually track your hands, so you can use your hands and stuff inside of different things.
Yeah, but again, I think it's going to be used for social things and heavily for porn. I think that's probably going to be
Yeah.
And it'll become famously popular, and it'll make billions of dollars, because anything that goes the way of porn becomes some kind of standard and makes billions of dollars.
I'm waiting for
everybody
Meerkat.
that says they don't watch porn ultimately watches porn, and that's why like it exists.
That's
So, guys are all dirty bastards, and you got yourself to blame for that. Just saying.
have you started on Meerkat yet? Because I have a feeling that's the next one that's going to get toppled.
No, actually I haven't.
What's
What?
Meerkat?
Okay, it's an application that. Okay, if you go to my Twitter account here, wait, hang on. Live streaming. I'll show you. Streaming a live.
By the way, for anyone wondering,
wait a second.
these are honey
Did you say
sticks.
Meerkat or did you say Meerkat?
Meerkat.
Meerkat. Yes. No, I know
Yeah.
what Meerkat is. I thought you said Mirrorcat. I'm like,
No.
Meerkat.
No, I'm
Meerkat?
live streaming the live stream right now, so people can like tune in and see the live
I
stream.
clicked it.
Yeah, no.
What?
It's
Yeah.
funny that he's asking me if I've used Meerkat. It's like I just
Yeah.
broadcast on Meerkat like twice in the last 3 days.
Yeah, so you can
We
like
did a live stream from the coffee shop.
dynamically and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you can
It's
do it
like
from your
Twitch
phone.
TV for your cell phone, but it's like even easier to use. Like
Why
you
am I
basically
yellow?
say, I'm going to start a stream, and it'll go update your social
So,
media and stuff. Say, oh, look, I'm
streaming with the stream here. We're hanging out and
It was that
streaming.
fast?
Yeah, it was that
yeah,
fast.
it's like instant, dude.
Instantaneously. And boy, the
I
lighting.
need to get
here-
on that.
Oh, that's
And you
why.
can set
Under
it up so like when you start streaming, it'll automatically send a thing out to your social media that's like, I'm streaming on Meerkat.
Yeah, like,
and then you can just go over and watch
like
it.
Twitter. Yeah, you basically
Yeah.
stream it out to Twitter. So unfortunately, unless people are watching like the live stream that we're doing, they couldn't necessarily hear because they can only hear my voice because I've got my
Because the headset.
Yeah.
Is it hard
So-
for desktop users to use that? Because I noticed we only
You
had about
can't.
I think 11 people in stream, and I was like, and I broadcast it to like 40,000+ people.
Well, this is Meerkat. A lot of people, I think some of them still kind of know what it is. It just depends on
Yep.
what it is that what you're broadcasting, what you're promising to broadcast. That's kind of the dynamic value of Meerkat. So it's very easy, quick click, it's set up, it's good to go. Now you can see my Twitter streams. So if you want to be in my Meerkat, all you have to do is tweet at the Meerkat, because I'll just hold the camera up in front of it.
I'm signing in to see what it's like.
It's pretty easy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really easy to use. It's easy to engage for live dynamic streams, and the nice thing is you don't have to save the video. So if it's just kind of like me, I was joking around yesterday. I just recorded some of the laundry, and it was pretty neat because people watched the laundry spinning, and then no one else after the video was done. If you went and looked at the video after it's broadcast, it's gone. So there's like no value to it. So yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm still trying to figure out like where it fits in terms of where I'd want to use it or how I'd want to use it. But it's still, I think, a very, very easy, simple
Oh, it
thing.
requires a
In fact-
sign-in to watch. That's why you don't get a lot of
Oh,
engagement.
yeah, you need to be
I
signed
just
in.
had to sign in.
Well,
Yeah.
but
I
Jerry,
had to put in my
but
code
look.
and everything.
Jerry, look, I get a list of all the people who are
wow.
watching,
That's
and
cool.
I can tap any one of their icons if I don't know who they are and get more information. I can reply to them dynamically. So you know how I've
That's
been
pretty
thinking
cool,
about.
actually.
Well, I've been wanting to stream my classic video games, and like doing it over Twitch is going to be impossible. So I want to figure out how to set it up over on my my arcade machine with my hand.
It's actually
in it.
pretty smooth.
But
That's
too.
a pretty cool idea.
So yeah, I want to set it up somehow. So pointing down to the screen, so I can play the video game like Centipede or Millipede or whatever, and then people would be able to watch. And then of course the stream would be gone after after I was done playing whatever video game I wanted to play.
Oh,
yeah,
Jerry, I gotta show him my TV setup. I think
Oh,
we
yeah,
should
the
order that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely have to. Yeah, but no, Bash.
You gotta get over
Bash
here
has
someday.
got the most epic TV setup ever. To be honest, he really needs to see it in person to fully
He
appreciate
does.
it.
Yeah,
I know all the
Okay.
classics, all the video games is.
everything.
80-inch of 4K.
Yep, 80-inch TV, 4K resolution. I spend my money in stupid ways, but it's for my geek lifestyle.
Yes.
I don't have a car, but I have a 80-inch 4K TV. You know, I
Here's the
mean,
funny thing about YouTube, though, is, and I get this question a lot. Like, I had some guy. This is a common comment that I get on my old setup video that I posted like 2 years ago. That's got like a little over 1 million views. You know, like what Basher gets in like 3 days. But that video in the comments. Yep, I know, right? Bash is like, this has only recently started happening again. I'm so happy, and I'm happy for you, dude. But here's the thing: the comment that I see on that is they're like, why would you waste your money on all that stupid shit? They're like, you're just throwing that money away, and it's like, no. If you think about it, I've made at least 5 times as much off that like one video as like anything in it over the course of several years, right? It's like if you look at it and you compound it, it's like, no, this is an investment. When you decide to do the YouTube gig, it's like it's an investment. It's a risky investment, but it's still an investment.
oh, it's very risky. Yeah.
Like you and your 80-inch screen. If you did like a room tour video or something, it was like, oh yeah, and you did it really nice and music and B-roll and everything. It was like, here's my 80-inch
Would you help me with that?
Here's my
'Cause I wanna
emulator.
I want to show it off, but I've been wondering how could I do that. I want it high production though. I want it to be like, ooh, this
You gotta
is
do it
amazing.
good. Like honestly, one of my highest production value
Pick up
videos
my
I've ever
handy
did was
cam
that
and-
room tour. Yeah, like you go and clean up the room, set up all your gaming collections and everything, dude. It'd blow
I'm
up. That
horrible.
video would
I am
blow
horrible
up.
at production. I'm like the last person you ever want to talk to about production ever.
You got
I'm
ruined
not
by
good.
vlogging. Chris's production, all he uses is jump cuts. Chris is the jump cut
Yeah.
But Chris, that one video you did with the Lego pieces that you got that guy to come over with all the camera equipment and stuff, and you were showing off the Legos and they were
Oh
rotating.
yeah.
That was amazing.
It was.
So cool.
It was good. The problem is I don't have enough of a community who cares. So
Aw,
doing it was just kind of like, okay, unless it's just it ain't gonna happen.
not worth. Yeah.
It's not. I could spend the time and the energy, but it's the law of diminishing returns. And that's the
true.
biggest challenge that I have with production is I know I need to amp up production, but I don't care. Like you can ask me what camera, one with a lens. I don't know. I care, but I don't care at a level that some nerds care about. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just not a production guy. I get the value and I understand and I'll look for certain things, but to me it's more about telling the story sometimes than it is about how it looks, and I realized that if I had the complement to that, I'm sure my videos would do far better than they do. I mean, I just don't like editing video. It's like the worst thing in the world for me. I hate it.
Oh, me too. I actually have my girlfriend edit my videos mostly.
Yeah, well, I'm not so lucky.
I had to train her. She had no idea how to use it.
I like editing, but the content has to be funny enough and fast enough paced that I don't get bored with it.
Yeah,
Well,
So, like,
I
I
try to
do a lot
do
of
with the
goofy
vlogs.
shit you guys don't see in my
How do
video.
you
I say
do the
ridiculous
vlogs?
stuff.
like
The vlogs are just, it's routine. So now, but the nice thing is
Push
because
record,
now I
push
do the
stop. Push
vlog.
record, push
Yeah,
stop.
and that's kind of how I do it, or I try to cut it and I think how I'm going to do it such that I can get down to doing it in like an hour and then of course export time. But then now I'm starting to do like in the classic channel because I'm looking. I mean, I know who I am. I'm like this professional adult kid. That's who I am. So anything that fits under that umbrella, that's what I can do. Yes. No, man-child apparently has negativity. I don't like that
That's
word.
what I keep hearing. But you know what? I embrace
know-
anything negative.
But
Hashtag Pecker Pals. I
you know,
embrace that.
I'm not gonna go there at all.
God,
Chris is getting a tweet right now. Chris is getting a tweet.
I do not
Chris
need a tweet
Pirillo,
from you.
we are
Stop.
hashtag
Stop,
Pecker
tweet.
Pals.
Stop, Flynn. I'm warning you.
I'll retweet it.
Flynn, I'm warning you.
Let's see how many followers do I have? I have 358,000 followers. Here we go. Retweet.
Oh, nice.
What?
Yes,
There you go.
we are
We're all
Pecker
Pecker
Pals.
Pals here.
What?
But see, it was just
Apparently I'm
it was a random hashtag made up during a tech talk stream, and you know what? We're gonna give that thing life.
I want to be a Pecker Pal.
Here, I'll make you a Pecker
I'm
Pal
good.
too. Hold on.
Yay.
speaking of pals, I think we've probably babbled on long enough. Almost 2 hours here.
Yeah, I know. I actually,
Wow.
actually do have to get to making a video so
Yeah.
that.
Actually, so
you
do
know,
I.
I got to keep up appearances, to keep floating that layoff video that made me,
Do it again. Just get hired and then just do some terrible things to get fired. And be like,
Asher, I
they
can't get my
did
wife
it
in the
again.
bathtub. I have to find other ways, okay? She just won't get in there.
Why not?
And if I knock her out,
You
she's
just
gonna
get in. I'll help you film it, just like you did
do
with
it.
me.
Next time I come over, we'll do it. I just ice bath challenge by myself. I'm just gonna sit in there for 15 minutes.
By yourself.
And
I
then
think I
you have to
won
hit me with
and
a
lost.
defibrillator. Yeah. Can we borrow a defibrillator from somebody? So like, when I turn blue, you can just drag me out of there and zap me, and then we'll just kill the video.
I won't be able to drag you out. No offense.
That's true. You won't. Can you just drain the tub and then just kind of dry me off a little before you put the pads on? Dude, that's the best mental picture ever. I'm like blue and dead in the
Yeah,
bathtub.
you're like-
Stick some pads on and electrocute me. For the YouTubes.
That'll be viral. I guarantee it.
And now that
True.
we're onto a macabre subject, let's go ahead and.
You always got to end a stream with
Very
shenanigans that
awkwardness.
chase off like half the viewers.
Yeah. Well, that was bound to happen. No, this is fun. This is good. I like the
they
Star
need-
Wars stuff.
What they need to do right now is hit that like button, though. Hit the like
Oh
button.
yeah, they always.
Because
Yeah,
I want
like button.
to
Give
show
Chris some
Chris that me being on here is awesome, so I should be here again.
Actually, this is like
Dude.
the lowest viewership we've ever had. We probably should have Bash back.
No.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
right, Jerry. I think we do.
Cry.
So here next time we'll do a Star Wars only show. It'll be Star.
There you go.
But then
And we'll make Jerry dress up as the Emperor's Royal Guard again.
Hey, just give me 2 months to get this suit belted out, and I'll just sit here as a stormtrooper. They won't even
Yes.
know it's me. I'll just put the mask
Actually,
on, fire up the fans, and listen to some music.
I'd love to do where we all dress up. I would not, no joke. That would be a dream of mine. Doing a whole thing like this, dressed up as Star Wars characters.
Done. I wear my Star Wars hoodies all the time. The fact that I'm not wearing,
So do I. Mine's literally right next to me.
It's just it's getting hot. It's starting to get hot. So I got my Star Wars T-shirts, so I'll wear those.
Got my Boba Fett one right here.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I love this one. My girlfriend got that for me Christmas. So
I got too fat.
Very
Mine's
nice.
not fitting very good, so I got to lose a little weight first.
Just get a bigger size.
Yeah, I could do that
It'll
too.
be good. Yeah,
screw
it'll be good.
losing weight. What?
I'm gonna. If I don't lose weight, I'm blaming the Apple Watch.
Hey, I want to be a convincing fat stormtrooper, okay? So I gained weight for the role.
That's actually someone sent a picture of that. There's a Vader with a short, squat.
Yeah, I saw somebody was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is you and Jay's 2 cents," and I looked at it and I was like, "That actually would be us. Like, it perfectly would be us.
That'd be
Way
awesome.
taller." No, I think we're going the comical route with mine. Like, they're gonna design it where it's like literally like the chest in, and you got the pot belly. They're not gonna do the whole kick the chest out.
So
try to
you're
make it-
like,
They're-
so
I'm
you're
gonna have
like
a pot-
Baymax from Big Hero
Baymax,
6.
yeah.
I'm gonna be like the stormtrooper version of Baymax.
Dude, you could totally, Jerry, you could totally cosplay as Baymax.
Dude,
Oh,
mix
you
it.
could own it. You
A
could own it.
Baymax Stormtrooper.
You could own it. You
Well,
could own
stormtroopers
that.
like that. I can't change it at this point. But Baymax is a secondary option down the road. If this is super successful, yeah, we'll do Baymax.
Dude,
But I'm gonna go to
you
PAX
could-
Prime wearing the suit. I'm gonna be rocking this at PAX Prime this year. I'm gonna be walking around as
la, la,
a 3D printed stormtrooper. I know that's the best part of that whole movie.
Awesome.
Blah, 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 blah,
La,
blah.
la, 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 la. That's a great way of ending the stream here, everybody. Okay, I'll put everybody's links in the channel and annotate and all that stuff. So, la 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 la.